Okay. So we left
Alright,
off last
we're
week.
on
Yes.
YouTube too. We're broadcasting. We're good.
Okay, cool. Last week we began the campaign. Hey, Bubble. The four of you were. Would one of you actually like to kind of recap what we did? 20 experience to the one who recaps what we did last week.
We pulled up upon two dead horses that Rachel knew. I can't remember her character's name. She recognized them. And then we were jumped by two troglins. And took them out, no problem. I killed a squirrel. Anyway, long story short, we wandered off down a path where we saw it appeared someone had been drugged from the two dead horses, and came upon two more troglins hiding out in the bushes behind a stream. Rachel and Matt hid in the bushes while Dan and I took action, and I knocked Dan over in the water.
You did.
But luckily, I didn't put out his fire or something. I don't know.
That's very good. Lee, not only give yourself 20 experience, but you also have inspiration. And that will probably come into play at some point. Basically means when you roll an attack or another ability, if you do poorly, you can roll it again and take the higher of the two numbers. That is my gift to you. Okay, so you're all standing out in front of this this cave. Following the goblin's trail, you come across a large cave in the hillside, 5 miles from the scene of the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow, dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. And look at that. That's what we're seeing. So
I don't see that, by the way.
You don't.
I see Roll20 tutorial start now. I see like basically.
I'm gonna need you to join the actual game.
Is everyone else actually like on my level right now? You lose your inspiration.
Oh wait, it's way down here.
It's at least 50 DKP
it's way down here. I got it. We're good.
Okay, good deal. All right, so you're good.
Yeah.
Is everyone good? Lee, you're good.
Yeah, except that I see like Jason, Dan, Lee, Rachel, and Matt over the map, but that's okay. I can deal with that. I see it.
Like
we're good.
Large avatars on the map?
Yeah, like big boxes.
Top right corner, hit the cog for settings.
Oh.
Very bottom, video/player avatar size, and you can change that to names only. Or small, either way.
Okay, cool. Let's just go.
All right. So we see our cave ahead. We know that we're looking for our two friends, Gundren and Sealdar, and from the ambush site, they were drugged this direction, or something was drugged. I'm assuming you would like to venture into the cave. So as you enter, the cave is pretty dark. It's a little hard to see inside. Does anyone have dark vision? I think that would be on your character sheet.
We never got to that part.
Nope, I don't.
Dark vision is going to be granted by your race.
Let me pull the thing back up.
And Rachel has my PHB right now.
Lee, you look confused.
I may have that being half elven. Just trying to locate it.
I think elves have that.
Where would I find that? I don't see it anywhere.
If you don't see it, he's a halfling.
Halfling.
No.
Where on Dragon Sheet?
Yeah, I'll see it.
Okay. So
yeah,
chances
would there actually be a vision section if you don't have special vision?
It would list it there with the rest of your racial abilities. Can actually tell you in a sec, Dan. I think Dan's Dragonborn's the only one that would.
I do have dark vision.
You do? Okay. Hang on one sec. Rachel, you should start to see things a little differently.
Ha ha ha.
Are we supposed to be inside the cave? Because
No.
I'm still seeing us all outside.
Yes, that is because we are still all outside.
Okay, good.
I just gave your token dark vision, so you should have a little bit more of a or a little easier time once we actually get inside. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move all of you to the cave entrance. What marching order would you like?
I'm gonna be like 5 or 10 feet behind Dan.
Okay, Dan, I'm assuming you're going to take point.
Yeah, I'd have my my two-handed greatsword drawn, and I'd be right up front.
Okay, and Rachel with Raina.
To try to hide somewhere in the middle since I'm kind of delicate.
And Leopold.
I am going to be slowly fighting the current of the water with my tiny stature, so I'll be right at the edge of the river there, behind everybody.
Behind everyone else?
Yeah.
You're going to keep your bare feet in the water?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Hang on one second. Rachel. Okay, that should be good. All right. So as you enter the cave, you may notice that it starts to get a little darkish. As you're moving in, everyone roll me a perception check.
What is...
It's going to be a d20 plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Nat 20.
I don't think much is going to sneak up on y'all. So, with Dan being in the lead, let's see, 21, okay. And Rachel, did you do one? Y'all have some great rolls tonight. 10, okay. So, Rachel's she can't really hear or see anything with this this Dragonborn in front of her. But as you enter, we'll go ahead and hopefully crank up some audio. There we go. As you enter, Dan, you hear sounds like some creatures from kind of around the corner. I don't know if you can actually see anything at the moment, but if keep in mind, you guys all have your standard adventuring gear, which means you probably have some torches and things like that. So if if someone would like to bring out a torch, you can do that. If you'd rather kind of stay in the shadows and hopefully stay out of sight, you can stay dark as well. But as you are... Go ahead.
I was gonna say I haven't gotten around to actually starting adventuring gear, but definitely I would have started with torches, so I would probably like to use one now.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add a torch to you.
I'm holding it with my left hand. Ooh, vision.
Yeah, you should have you should start to see a little more, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys as you move in,
Well,
go ahead.
he does. Wouldn't the rest of us see a little bit more too?
Yeah, let me see. How's that? Okay.
Much better. Thank you.
Yep. So as the four of you are moving in, Dan's going first, and he hears that there are some creatures up just a little bit ahead, and you should start to see those. Yes, Dan?
Yes.
What you see is there are 3 wolves, and they are standing in this area kind of to the right of the entrance, up a couple stairs, and they're well, with the perception roll you gave, so I'll give you a little bit more info. As you look at these wolves, you see that they are chained in place with chains going back to iron rods that are stuck into the ground, and they're pulling on those chains and kind of growling at you.
Does it appear that the rods and the grounds are secure, or that they might come undone?
They look fairly secure.
Okay.
I would probably, given that I can't really see well in this room and that we're kind of walking around the blind corner, I would probably light one of my torches and actually toss it into the room, probably on the far side of the wolves, to see what I can do to light the area up.
Okay, perfect. Hang on 1 second. All right, so Dan kind of tosses. You want to go ahead and ping on the map where you'd like that torch to land, or where you're hoping you would.
Yeah.
Just hold your mouse click down. Okay. So you throw your torch in, and it flies kind of back behind them, and it bathes the room in a relatively bright light. So you see these wolves, and they see the fire, and they move forward, kind of held back by these chains. Looks like it's secured at this structure directly behind them, but they are pulling on those chains, and it doesn't seem that they can really make it any closer to you.
So what I would do then is, given what they've got, I would actually go ahead and put away my great sword and pull out my glaive and move up.
Okay.
And I would move up just a little bit, just enough to where I'm still kind of in the doorway, blocking a lot of the way there.
Okay.
But close enough to where I can reach them with my glaive.
All right. So with the extra reach that your glaive gives you, it doesn't look like they can reach you, but you can certainly reach out and kind of hit them. So
I'm gonna move right over here.
okay. All right, so they're snarling at you and kind of snapping their teeth. You see, kind of scattered around the room, there's some bones and possibly just it looks like some discarded trash back towards the rear end of the room, back over here where I'm pinging. Other than that, not much in this room. These guys look like they are here to provide some kind of early warning, maybe, or protection. But obviously with them chained up, it doesn't look like they're going to be too incredibly effective. So did you want to attack the wolves?
I do. Just thinking that, one, if they're here, they're a potential weapon. If somebody comes back, we could be attacked from behind, and these would be essentially 3 weapons that they've got at their disposal. So I'd want to make sure that I could do what I could to eliminate them and remove the threat.
Perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
So that's going to be D20. Is it plus anything?
Yep, it's going to be plus your dexterity modifier.
So how do you know what to add there?
You'll start that there are certain abilities, like your initiative is a D20 plus your dexterity modifier. That's what that, unless you have a skill to change it, that's just what that is. Your dexterity is like your reflex and your ability to react to a situation. So it makes sense that your initiative order is basically how quickly you're able to adapt or react to a situation. So that's the D20 is kind of your random component, then you add your dexterity. Certain things like your initiative that's a set rule, so we just kind of from experience know that. We're not pulling it straight out of our butts.
Well, is all this stuff like in the documents you guys
all
sent
of this
me?
is in the right.
Okay, I'll read over that tomorrow. I hadn't had a chance to look at it
You
yet.
should be able to skim through it. It's about 360 pages.
Okay.
What was Rachel? What was yours? 17, and Lee was a 19. Okay, good job, guys.
And nice rolls.
Yeah.
I'd say let Lee go before me since he actually has a dexterity modifier and I don't. Since we both are 19.
Okay, so Lee, It is your turn first. As you move into the cave with the rest of the group, I'm going to scoot you up a little bit. You can see the wolves here, and Dan is kind of standing right at the edge of their range. You have your bow, so you could potentially kind of plant an arrow on one of these guys without them being able to come at you much.
They're all chained up, right?
Yep, they are chained. They cannot move any closer to you.
Is there supposed to be this area? I see this area ahead of us, not in the direction of the wolves. Is there supposed to be anything in that direction?
This way, kind of north of you.
Yeah.
Nothing that you're aware of right now.
Okay. I would just scoot up there a little bit. Well, I don't have any torches or anything. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna draw my bow and be ready if anything,
Okay, so
out on us or anything.
you're kind of watching to the north. You're not really
Right,
going to let the rest
yeah.
of the group take care of the wolves.
Right.
Okay.
And if I need help out, I'm ready to go.
All right. Hang on one moment. Okay, perfect. All right. So Lee is going to go ahead. He's readied his attack, so we're going to go ahead and skip over him for the moment. Deacon.
I'm gonna shoot the probably the top one.
Okay.
With Eldritch Blast.
All right. And what does your Eldritch Blast look like?
I'm working on that right now.
It doesn't matter.
So basically, I'm gonna form a little white ball in my hand, and then all of a sudden, like once it reaches about the size of a golf ball, it just flies directly at the thing.
All right. So if we look at your roll, it doesn't matter. You kind of get this ball, and you hurl it, and it misses this wolf, bounces off the wall, hits his chain and the rod that's holding him still, and the rod kind of loosens a bit. And okay, it is now the wolf's turn. So the wolf kind of feels his chain pull forward just a little, and these guys, the other two, seeing their wolf buddy kind of loosen his restraint a bit, they all start to kind of tug a little bit harder. Give me one moment.
BRB.
Okay. All right, so they all just kind of pull. They still can't reach you. They begin to kind of bark and snarl and snap at Davkis. And Davkis, it is your turn.
So I'm going to attack the nearest one, the one on the bottom.
Okay.
What's that? I don't know why I can't think of which one to roll, sorry.
You're good. It's a d20 plus your strength, plus your proficiency bonus. So it's going to be a d20 plus whatever your strength modifier is, plus 2. Okay, so that hits. And now you'll want to roll the damage, which is going to be whatever your weapon damage is plus your strength modifier. Which is probably a 1d10
Glaive.
is your glaive.
Yep.
Okay, the first one you rolled was a saving throw. We'll give you that as your strength attack. For your attack in the future, you'll just have to roll the glaive that you just did, You would have gotten a 9, but I'm going to give you the
Okay.
24 that you got previously. Okay, so you reach out at this to this wolf. Again, he can't hit you, and you swing your glaive, and it cuts a big gash across his face, and he snaps at you a couple more times. Did you want to move at all?
Not at this time.
Okay. Raina, it is your turn.
Seeing the chains and everything, I feel pretty confident in my positioning between them and the rest of the group, just given the reach that my weapon has.
And they are living creatures. They're not undead or anything like that,
Yes. Yeah. All signs point to them being wolves.
right? Well, I don't particularly like that we're attacking chained, possibly pets. I am not going to attack them unless they were to attack me.
Okay.
Or the group. So I would like to ready my crossbow.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say, don't heal him, please.
I won't go that far, but I want to.
All right, so that's it? You're just readying your crossbow, or
That's it.
you're readying an attack for it? It's all loaded up, and you've got it up. You're just not going to move anywhere.
Readying an attack in case one of them breaks free. Obviously, they've been antagonized now, so I don't think they're going to be particularly friendly.
Way to go,
But
Dan.
I'm just going to pray to Lathander.
Okay.
Hope for the dawn.
Did you want to move at all?
Maybe just one right around the corner so they're not quite able to see me.
Okay.
It's 2 to 3.
And Leopold, it is your turn.
I will move. How far of a reach do they have from their?
They can only attack what is in an adjacent square. So you'd have to move all the way up and stand next to them for them to be able to
That's
get
what
you.
I wanted to do, but okay.
Well, don't let me stop you.
I will move slightly further north, up to into the right one.
Okay.
Just to keep cover over that area.
Good deal. Go right ahead. Scoot yourself up there.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you're still kind of looking north and watching for anything that might be sneaking up on the group that way?
Yeah.
All right. Deacon.
I don't think I'm gonna move. I'm just gonna try and hit the top one again, but only this time I'm gonna try it with my firebolt.
Okay. It kind of goes over his back and singes the hair just a bit, and he looks at you and snarls. It does not actually hurt him, though. And he's getting very, very irritated with you. Okay, so did you want to move at all? Anything else? Just the attack?
Good.
Okay. So, let's see. Okay, so, give me one sec. Okay, so the top one here kind of pulls up on his chain and breaks free. And the chain, the iron rod that was holding the chain in place kind of finally gets loose, comes out of its hold in the stone, and he starts running and snapping at, he's actually going to go after the first thing he sees, which is going to be this big old Dragonborn standing right here in front of him. He takes a snap and he bites at Davkis, but his bite isn't. He kind of has to reposition a bit. It's not strong enough to actually get through Davkis's armor. And Davkis, it is your turn, and I need actual dice.
If I bought actual dice for everyone and sent them to you, would you use them?
You can
Be
buy
honest
me
with that.
more dice. Yes, I love using actual dice. It's faster than typing and rolling.
I want to get some actual dice.
You're gonna get some.
Hmm.
I definitely.
It
I
books a
feel like it's-
million. You could buy like a bag of like 150 different kinds of dye for like $5.
Mhm.
Or you can have a really pretty matching set.
That your husband got
Uh,
you for Christmas. Mm.
Yeah, times
Oh.
3.
Are you using the one that you got in your Christmas gift, Jason?
I am not at the moment. I only use it for special rolls.
Because that was freaking awesome.
It's pretty fantastic. It's sitting right back here on the shelf.
I'm gonna take a swipe at him as he moves towards me.
All right, go right ahead. Okay, so you take a swing, and as it comes at you, it bites at you. It pulls its head back, not breaking through your armor. You take your glaive, spin it around, and chop its head clean off, and it falls straight to the ground, dead.
Is this enough force to potentially damage other targets in the area?
No.
Or... Okay.
It was a good try.
Yes. For mechanics clarity, let's see. It would have been if you had if you were raging, you hit it for 11 damage. You can carry over any remaining damage if you are able to outright kill an uninjured target. But it had 11 hit points, so you used all of it
Okay.
on the one. If you had had 12, you would have done 1 damage to something else.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right. Did you want to move at all?
At that point, I'm pretty confident in my standing, especially knowing that I've got one corpse to my left, potentially blocking a little bit of the path and having myself squarely between the smarter individuals of the pack, not the one that's seemingly creeping along ahead of us. That I have no
He's
idea what the
covering
hell
you.
he's doing. He's just kind of slinking up there.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah. All right, Reyna, you've got your crossbow loaded for bear, maybe for wolf as well. Mm.
Well, the only one that was actually attacking has already been slaughtered mercilessly. So I'm just going to sit here and be sad about this poor puppy,
Okay.
and wait and see what happens.
She's sitting there with her popcorn. She's like, oh wow, that one could have killed you. Good thing it didn't. And Leonidas Theus. Uphold.
I, at this point, would like to move. Can I move my
Yes,
my
sir.
piece? Okay.
Yep.
Sweet. To move to this position. Let's see, right here,
Okay.
which should have been less than 30 feet.
Yep.
And I'm gonna kind of be just like peering around the edge here to see what's helping
Trying to get a-
Davkis and see what's on the other side of this wall.
Okay. Cool. Did you want to? I'd let you pick up that torch and throw it, if you wanted to
Oh, is that
toss
what that
that
is?
farther in. Yep. That's the
Yes.
torch that he threw in. You want to pick that up and give it a toss?
I would like to do that.
Where would you like to throw it?
How do we determine that? Just like
You can click on the map, and I'll give it to you as a freebie. So if you click and hold down on the map where you'd like it thrown, I'll let you know if you can throw it there. Okay. So you pick it up and you throw it down to the south. It illuminates the rest of the room, and you're at this point confident that you've seen just about everything that this room has to offer. It comes to rest next to a pile of it's assorted bones. There's some broken pieces of wood and other looks like just garbage laying there. But Deacon, third time's a charm.
Yep. I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast and trying to hit the bottom one in the face,
Okay.
right in the snout. Oh,
Heyo. Okay, perfect. So this was like a white ball, right? A force ball. Okay. So you take this ball and you hurl it at the wolf, and it snaps at it as it's kind of snapping at Davkis. It sees this flying. It jumps out as if it's going to bite this ball, and it goes right down its throat, and it breaks its neck, and it just falls over dead.
Nice.
I just imagined the final scene of the Coneheads. Or not the final scene, but when he fights the big monster.
Yes.
Never mind. Just go ahead.
Okay. No, I'm gonna have to YouTube that later.
If it didn't make sense right away, just don't worry about it.
And Davkis.
At this point, I'm going to just take a swipe at the last one there, see if I
Okay.
can lop its head off and end this.
Well, you can
We
try.
move in.
So you take you kind of position your glaive in your hand, and you're trying to make that extra little bit of reach, and you throw it, and you kind of you lose it, and your glaive goes flying over the wolf's head. It catches it in its mouth. It kind of tears it a bit, throws it down at the ground, and continues to try to snap at you. And Reyna.
Still not gonna hurt that poor puppy.
Okay.
That poor puppy.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. This combat's taking
That's
way longer
grabbing
with like
the
3
cameras.
people. Matt can't hit. Lee's like, sneak. and Reyna's like, I'm not shooting these dogs.
Alright, let me...
So 1.5 people, really, not.
Yeah,
not three.
really. This is a 1.5 man group right now.
Would you prefer if my crossbow accidentally went off in the direction of the puppy?
Yeah, if it's accidentally, I might make you have disadvantage. You might hit Dan.
Or leaves the other side.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Try, take a shot.
All
You
right.
just see her like her cleric, like got her tongue sticking out. She was like, I think I got it.
Gonna miss.
One.
Well-
Oh, it hit Lee in the face.
In the last session, it was painfully clear that if I pray for damage, that's not what this god does. So, since
Okay.
I haven't made a single hit, maybe doing physical damage would do better.
Let's give it a shot.
I got a... Let's see. What would my pluses to hit would be with strength, right?
Dexterity for this.
Well, either way, they're both zeros.
Okay.
So that's a 14.
All right. Are you proficient with the crossbow?
Oh, all of these questions, I can't keep.
You
on
just rolled a
keeping
natural
straight.
14?
Yes.
Okay, well it doesn't really matter because that would hit anyway. So go ahead and roll your damage. It's probably going to be for your crossbow 1d6 piercing. And then you would add your dex to it if you actually had any.
Oh, but I don't.
So just go ahead and roll your d6.
I got 4.
Alright. So, you take aim very carefully. You've been taking aim literally for the last 40 minutes. You shoot the crossbow bolt, catches the wolf in the chest. It yelps in pain. It looks at you, really sad. It's
That's
so
not
sad.
right.
It's just like,
Complete dismay.
and then starts to snap at everybody again.
Are you sure I can
Telepathically
do it?
sends you a message. I thought I could trust you.
Yep. All right, Davkis. It is your god smites you for 5 points of damage. Leopold. Leondythius.
I will
Leonidas. Leaster.
go put this puppy out of its misery with a short sword. Just,
All right.
just right in the head, like that.
Well, you can certainly try. Go right ahead.
That's just a d20.
With the melee attack, it's with a short sword for you. It's going to be, I believe, short sword is finesse, right, Matt? So piercing isn't it finesse? Short sword.
It does say
No,
finesse on my sheet.
It does.
Yes.
Short sword's finesse. Okay, you can use your dexterity modifier instead of strength.
I
then.
almost asked that. I should have just done it.
You should have just done it. Okay, so you may insert your sword into this wolf, and let's go ahead and roll damage. Let me know for how much. That's going to be your
D6?
D6 plus.
One says 1d6 plus 3, and one just says 1d6.
You have 2 swords,
Yes.
so it's basically if you have both of them in your hands, it's your first attack and your second attack. You add your first attack, you add your dexterity modifier to it. Your second attack, you don't. So basically,
Okay. This
you
was
attack
just one
with
attack,
both,
so-
and you add the dexterity modifier once. Correct. So
But this is just one
2d6.
attack, so just...
Well, you can attack with both weapons in one round. Attacking with your offhand weapon is considered a bonus attack, which any character can do at any time. If you have weapons in both hands, you can attack with both of them. Add your
to
bow
be-
out,
Okay.
but that's
Don't you have
fine.
to be proficient in 200 weaponry?
No,
in order to do
you
that?
do not. What is this?
Oh my god, what does that sound?
That's Lee.
It wasn't me. Was it beeping? That wasn't me.
Yeah, it's coming. It was giving a indicator from your.
That's because I'm typing. See?
You're a liar.
Okay. Okay, so that's 1. Go ahead and roll your extra 1d6. So you hit it for 7. You walk up and you take your swords and just kind of slowly go to sleep. Just slide them into this poor whimpering dog. And it just falls over dead. All right. So it is
I bathe in its blood.
dead. Okay, and then Lee bathes in its blood. We're gonna
Look it
give
up
Lee
then.
a little color. He's gonna get like a dot or something like that next to him. Hold on.
I was supposed to care about living things or something like that. I don't know.
You're supposed to care too much about everything, I think was the thing, right? You were exiled for a crime
I
you
break
didn't
down in
commit.
tears that I had to,
Are you doing it? Are you
kill-
crying while you're?
while I'm licking the blood off the...
Well, I definitely am.
Okay, so 2 of you are bursting into tears. All right, so combat is over. You can retrieve your torch if you like. Lee seems to have thrown it farther into the cave.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd like
wait.
to.
Adventure there.
I'd like to step up, and definitely move up to the torch, grab it, and kind of, take a peek. Having grabbed my glaive on the way by.
Okay.
Hold up the torch and kind of take a peek down this little hole in the wall over here, so to speak, just make sure there's nothing back there.
All right, so you pick the torch up, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to. There we go. Okay, so you should have the light source now associated with your token. So you should try to move up into that area. I'm not springing a trap. I just want to see if. Keep going. Can you go any farther?
No, I don't see
Okay,
anything.
cool. So as you move up, there is a half elf who is like right up on your butt. As you move into this area, it starts to get very thin or very narrow, and you look up, and about 30 feet above you, you can see kind of a flickering light, and it looks like this is some kind of like either a chimney or something like that. But it looking at what's down at the floor at your feet, you take your torch and kind of look down, and there are bones from animals, and some of them look like they've got teeth marks on them, maybe from the wolves. But some of this looks like it may have been discarded from up above you. It's fairly narrow, but you think that if you wanted to, you could potentially try to shimmy up this chimney area. Otherwise, you can continue back down the cave proper. It looks like it would be kind of a difficult task to climb. There's nothing to really grab onto. You'd more or less kind of wedge your back against one side and your legs against the other and kind of shimmy up, so it would take quite a while. And it doesn't look like the fall, if you were to fall, would be very forgiving once you hit the bottom.
So I would probably turn to the little half elf behind me.
That's what I was going to say.
Ask if she...
Can't beat you.
and ask if she, especially given the idea that she's got night vision, so I know she can see better if she was able to potentially get up there and kind of take a peek in any area. And then I could also, provide support just in case she were to fall. But, knowing that it's only 30 feet up and I'm over 6 feet myself, knowing that it's over 20% of the way there, ask her, hey, look, would you like me to give you a boost? You think you might want to go check it out?
That's not exactly what this body was made for. Don't we have someone a little more dexterous? Maybe smaller?
I was just looking at my character sheet. It says I have halfling nimbleness. You can move through a space of a creature that is one size larger than you.
Sounds like you're a whole lot more nimble than me.
Seems like I could always move through a space that a creature larger than me could.
Cool.
Right?
I guess we yell over to the halfling, hey, get the hell over here. You want to go up the chimney?
Okay, guys.
He's on it. So he runs, jumps off of some of the refuse, and lands on Dan's shoulders, or on Davkis's shoulders again. Taps him on the head, maybe, and he's like, let's go. Okay, you want to try to climb on up there, sir?
Sure.
All right.
Do you want to boost? Do you want me to see if I can throw you?
Yeah, you can boost him. You can boost him the extra, what we say, 6 feet plus his height. I'll give you a 10-foot, a 10-foot bonus there. So you got to get up the extra 20 feet though. What you thinking? You want to try to climb up there?
Have to, climb up, right? There's not much I can think about.
Do it just like a little Grinch going up or down a chimney.
I've imagined never mind. I'm never gonna go down that road.
And I'm
I had to do it home alone, so just.
I'm of course gonna stay down below just in case he does happen to fall. I can catch him since I'm the size of his cavity.
Now, I'd like to take a moment to remind Dan that he is still wet from when Lee knocked him into the water previously.
I didn't kill you though. No,
I'm not trying
off bones
with this torch in my hands.
Okay. So Lee, if you'd like to try to shimmy on up there, can I get you to make a strength check for me? That's going to be your technically, excuse me, it's an athletics check. You're going to roll a d20, add your strength modifier to see how easy it is for you to climb up this this chimney, this fissure.
Plus, he might.
Oh my god! Man, you ready?
What's your strength modifier?
0.
0 strength.
But the modifier is 0.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So okay, well, you kind of, Davkis kind of helps you get into position, and steps back, to watch your majesty, and you immediately slip and fall straight to the ground, and take 1 point of damage.
Are you keeping track of all that?
Yes.
How
Dan, you want to try to catch him?
How many arrows I have in my quiver?
That is up to you.
Okay, well, I have 19, but I'll keep track of it.
Okay.
I think that, given the lack of nimbleness from our little halfling, and knowing my proficiency with athletics, I think I'll bite the bullet and start trying to climb up this narrow space, hoping that I can fit.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. It's going to be a tight fit for you, but yes, you could absolutely fit up in there.
I'll be sure to catch you if you fall down. Davkis.
He's like, I'll take my arrows and I'll lay them down on the floor here. Okay.
Ooh.
So very nice, very nice. So Davkis kind of shoves Leopold out of the way. And Lee, I'm gonna move you just a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and subtract your 1 hit
I
point.
shouldn't be far.
So Davkis is able to kind of get his shoulders in this tight area and shimmies up a bit. And moves up a good 10 feet. Go ahead and roll me another athletics check. See how much farther you can get.
At this point, I'm probably gonna drop the torch just in case, because I don't want to be a light source when I get up there.
So that way, everything catches on fire below you, and you fall into that. Sweet, fire damage. Excellent. Go ahead and roll me a strength check.
You want athletics
check?
or
Excuse me. It's the same.
Just making sure.
Dang. Okay. So you shimmy a little farther up. You're looking down, and maybe Leopold is standing 20 feet below you, like you're doing it. You're doing great. Go ahead.
That's what I'm doing.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
And really, at the
Sure.
same time, all of you are
Telling you you're
discussing
number one.
how you're
You're
gonna.
number one, man.
Okay. Go ahead and do me one more. Okay. So let's see. Excellent. So you reach the top of this chimney area, and you peek up into another room. And I'm actually going to... Let's see what's the easiest way for me to do this. You said you dropped your light source, yes?
Correct. Because there was already a light source that was available.
Right. So I'm going to take your light source away for just a moment, because technically you're looking up into another room. Don't move your character, but I'm just going to show you what you would see. So you should see something a little different now.
Nope.
No?
Oh, wait. Yes.
There should be something in the middle of the room, and maybe something outside of that thing.
I see that specific. Yes.
Okay.
Well, what is it? What do you see?
Well, he would need to come down to tell you. There is enough room for you to potentially go up into this room. So, keeping in mind the difference in player knowledge and character knowledge, guys,
right.
Dan, when you get to the top of this chimney, you see an armor-clad, what's called a hobgoblin. They're often kind of in charge of goblin hordes or clans, and he's walking around this room, and you see actually that. Can you still see him?
Yes.
Okay. So you see a little goblin skitter in and say something to him. You do not speak goblin, is that right?
Correct.
So the goblin comes in and just a bit, and the big one kind of looks down at him, takes his big gauntleted hand and smacks him across the face, and the little goblin kind of yelps and looks down at the floor and runs out of the room, and this guy walks back across the room, lays down, and looks like maybe he's taking a nap or resting. There is enough space for you to come up into this room if you wanted to, or you could go back down because your comrades would need to succeed and climb up here. That might be a little difficult for them.
Do I have any potential idea to what the strength of something like this creature might have? Or
go ahead and roll me an insight. You have zero fucking clue. What you do see is armor, and he's much larger than a goblin. He's about twice the size. Give me one moment. I might be able to tell you something else. Nope, you don't know anything else.
Okay. So, seeing that this guy's asleep, I'm going to probably wait around a minute or two, just keep an ear out, and wait for some sort of signs, slower breathing patterns, etc. Just something to kind of make sure that he's asleep. The kind of thought in my head is, hey, I can get the jump on this guy. This is a guy that is obviously, a boss here or a mini boss here. He's someone of rank and someone of value here, and there's a couple benefits. One, I could potentially lop his head off and be done with us, and we don't have to worry about the guy. And two, it could potentially instill some fear into the other goblins.
Okay.
So I would move into the room.
So you do want to climb into the room from the chimney that you're in up into this room?
Yes.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
I'm wearing no armor.
No armor. You are
Correct.
nude.
I am.
You got your scales.
Yep.
Okay.
I've got the Barbarian's unarmored defense bonus.
Okay,
So.
gotcha. Go ahead and make me one more strength check and pull yourself out of the chimney, because you've been kind of observing this room for a bit. Nice. So you aren't able to pull yourself into the room. You try to your arms are starting to get kind of weak, and you try to pull yourself in, and you're starting to kind of cramp up at the gate. Go ahead and roll me another. You can also try to climb down if you prefer.
No, feeling my arms are potentially getting weak. I'd rather, get into the ledge that's right in front of me than climb back down 30 feet.
Okay, so you pull yourself into the room. You've got your weapons were kind of on your back, right? Because you were
right.
Okay, so he is.
Start pulling out my greatsword as I'm picking myself up from the floor.
All right, so you pick yourself up. One of the other goblins kind of walks into the room a bit, walks over, and looks like he's just kind of standing there staring at the larger one as he's kind of sleeping on the floor. I am going to, let's see, I don't want to leave the rest of you in the dark, so to speak, but I'm trying to think of a way that we can...
At this point, is he still visible to me or us? Can we still see him, or is he just...
You would be looking up, and he would kind of have... He didn't signal or anything, right? Dan, you didn't signal them any kind of way from up above?
No, at this point I'm trying to be absolutely silent.
Okay, so you're looking up the chimney, and you can kind of see him wedged up there, and he stops, and it looks like he's observing something, and then he climbs up onto a ledge and disappears. So you guys can't see, hear, nothing him right now.
All right, I would think that if I can't see him at all, I want to probably try and get to him, but I don't think that I'm going to be able to climb, so I probably would start circling around the cave.
Okay.
So
I have a crazy question.
Yep.
Could we use something like crossbow bolts or arrows to try to make handholds to make climbing up there easier?
No, it's a sheer rock surface. It's very, very smooth. So the only way to really get up and down is to wedge yourself into this tight space and kind of shimmy your way up. If you were to try to make chisel handholds and things like that, that's going to generate quite a bit of noise. And I don't know that with you guys down at the bottom and him up at the top, that that is something that was something that you would probably want to consider. Is you don't know where he's gone and you don't know what he's doing. You don't hear that there's any fighting. You would be able to hear that, or at least you think. But yeah, you wouldn't be able to just chisel your way.
Yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see if he wants to use like rope from his pack or something like that to make it easier for us to
Oh, that
get
was
up.
really clever how you took table talk and you
Yeah.
give yourself an advantage. You automatically fail your next one for putting these crazy ideas into his head.
So,
Okay,
having seen that this area is clear, I'm going to move up here.
Okay.
And I'm going to reach into my bag of ball bearings. My
All
little
right.
bag of tricks that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cast my light cantrip on one of the ball bearings and attempt to throw it as far up this little ledge as I can, just to see if I can get some more vision as far as what's going on this staircase here.
Go ahead and click where you would like to throw it.
Probably like right there.
All right, and roll me a strength check. Okay, so you toss it up there. Give me just a moment. Now, when you cast light on one of these ball bearings, what kind of light are you expecting this to be able to give you?
It says that it sheds bright light in 20-foot radius and dim light in an additional 20 feet.
Okay, so that was 20.
The light can be colored as you like, so I would say probably like yellowish.
So it's a standard torch. It's 40 foot and then dim light at 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just figured it'd be easier to throw a little ball bearing than a torch.
All right, hang on one moment.
And if I miss and it rolls into the water, at least it won't go out and look kind of pretty in the water.
All right, so we're going to use the same torch, but so excuse me for the laziness, but that's what you're illuminating there. You see that there is As you're looking down this hallway, there's kind of a hallway off to your left-hand side. Looks like some kind of collapsed gravel or some kind of almost like there was maybe like a ramp up, and it's kind of decayed a bit through erosion. The river or stream is still kind of pulling down towards you here. Let's see. Hang on. There we go. And there's a bridge ahead of you, a bit over the water, connecting two tunnels up above you, maybe about 20 feet up in the air. The path continues underneath the bridge and then disappears into the darkness up to the right.
Okay. I would probably try to motion to the rest of the group that we probably want to make our way up here, since we don't know where he is, can't see him, that we might try to get to him through the other, by catching him on the other side.
All right. Well, if Reyna and Leopold would like to head that direction, you can do that. You can move yourselves over towards, or if you'd like to climb, you can climb.
What was that?
What was what? I think Dan did a burp.
No.
Are you sure?
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
move up here. You said that this bridge is about 20 feet high?
Yep.
Okay.
What's y'all's passive perception?
I don't know where that is, so I can't answer that question.
It's your it's 10 plus your wisdom modifier.
11.
Mine's 12.
All right.
Mine is 13.
12, 13. That's easy. Okay. Don't mind my dice rolls. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so yep, all right. So you've moved up a bit. You see the. Actually, give me one moment here. Matt, let me know if this works like you think it should. Do you see what I did?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because you're already familiar with the map, you son of a bitch. Yeah, it turns out this is a very similar map to something that Matt is planning for something else. But this is actually the thing that it's supposed to be for. Okay. So we are continuing on. And now we have what is called a split party, and this is how you die. So, so we've got a couple options. Dan, this goblin is still kind of sitting, looking at the one that's sleeping, and he doesn't seem to. He doesn't notice you, but he also doesn't seem to really want to wake this guy up. It's almost like he's just kind of standing here waiting for him to wake up again. So we've got two different groups here. Davkis, what would you like to do?
My focus is entirely on the guy that's sleeping, and no matter what I do, I want to make sure that I get the drop on him. So even if it means potentially taking an attack from the goblin that's come into the room, I know that he's weaker. He's not going to be able to potentially do as much damage. I need to get the boss guy down. So my question to you would be, do I have the capability of, for example, throwing one of the darts off of my chest as I lunge for an attack with the boss?
You could move and throw the dart, or you could throw the dart and then move, but you wouldn't be able to throw the dart while moving and then attack.
Okay. With that in mind, and knowing that I'm going into a precarious situation, I'm I would activate my rage, which lasts for 1 minute. And then, being enraged, charge at the boss here.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Come on, please. Shit.
All right, what you got? All right, so just for visibility, you rolled a 4 on your stealth. So you come across the room all pissed off. This guy is sleeping, so I did a perception check on him, and I did it for him sleeping, so he gets disadvantage. He rolled a 16 and a 19. So either way, he hears you coming. You're charging across the room. He wakes up. He's not standing, but he wakes up. He's sleeping with his gear. He's able to draw his weapon, and he's obviously sleeping in his armor. He didn't take that off. So go ahead and roll me a... let's see... roll me an initiative. I'm going to, just for you guys so that you can see this, I'm going to move you into this area so that you can see the fight. Is that cool? Because right now you're not really... Huh?
I'm not. I don't want to see. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate the concern, but
Yeah,
I think it's better than not
I
knowing.
agree.
What's going on?
I
So
think,
19...
I must... In the...
While Dan is preparing for what's going on, I'd like to kind of try to throw another ball bearing up into this hallway, right up in this area. Try to get it to bounce and go down the hallway as far as I can.
Oh, you whore.
The dice never lie, Dan.
You're such a dick.
Roll me just our standard 1d20. Whoever gets highest, yeah. No modifiers. Whoever gets highest on that gets to go first, and I just got a 19.
Oh, shit. Jason's rolling straight 19s in here.
Yeah, I got a... Okay, and you got a 3. So fantastic. All right. So the little goblin is first on our initiative order. Oh, Dan over here splitting parties.
One
I don't know
second.
what that roll was for. Checking to make sure the dice work.
No, I'm checking something.
Okay. So, Davkus, I'm going to go ahead and scoot you on down there to the bottom with your 19. This guy got a
I was just basically looking at that. So,
19 and... Oh, gotcha, okay.
because I've got resistances to like bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage.
So, and this one... Oh, okay, this one...
So I've actually got resistance here, or potentially resistance here, depending on what kind of melee weapon.
Are we able to hear the fight from where we are?
No. No, you would not. Especially over the... I mean, can't you hear how loud this waterfall is? You wouldn't be able to hear... you wouldn't be able to hear the fighting elsewhere. And as you get up, it seems like the water is moving a little bit faster. And actually, it's almost like the source of the water, or maybe a waterfall, might be coming closer. It is getting louder. So let's see. Okay, Dan, so the little goblin actually gets first. He sees you come flying out. Do you want to roll an intimidation on him?
Intimidation.
I'm actually proficient in intimidation.
Oh, perfect.
It's your job.
So you got a 22. So
Okay.
you scare him, and he runs out of the room to get help.
Fuck.
Now, hold on. Where was he? He was there?
Yeah.
Okay. So how far is that? I'm being really, really nice
Oh,
right now, Daniel. And he's within 10 feet, and that is the reach of your... What? Oh, wait. What? You said you
No.
had your sword out.
I have my sword up for
Never
higher
mind.
damage, so
he's
he's
just
not within reach.
He's trucking. He's gone.
Yeah.
He disappears down the down the way. Dafkus, it is your turn, sir. If I can direct your attention back to the hole from whence you came.
So knowing that I'm raging, I've got, all the benefits of that, the advantages of strength and everything else. I'm already like in position. If I turn my back to this guy, I know that I might just get myself cut up and just lopped off. So I'm gonna swing down on him, knowing that he's still kind of half ready from waking up and everything. I'm gonna just try and come down on him with all my strength with my greatsword.
All right.
And I've got I've got advantage here, and I've got rage. So.
Okay. So, all right, you do. Well, yeah, you come down, and he brings his sword up, and you kind of you're raging. You bring your weapon down, and it forces kind of past his. So yeah, you hit him for a good amount. And he kind of screams in pain. This is not how he was planning on waking up. Did you want to move at all anymore, or no?
No, at this point I've got him, cornered in this area. I want to do what I can to keep him down.
Okay. Well, he stands up. As part of a move action, if you're moving from kneeling to standing, it's just you take half of your movement speed. So he stands up and looks at you and just roars at you a bit, and he is going to take a swing. And he takes a swing, and he misses. So he misses. He takes his sword and swings it, and you're able to dodge out of the way. He is not backing down from the fight.
Or how far could we move during all this? Because I still kind of want to get to him, but since we're in combat, or he's in combat, I guess we're on that kind of time.
Well, it's complicated. So we can cut back and forth if you want. So each round you can decide to move up a bit if you want to do that. It's a little. There's not really a mechanic for splitting the party.
Alright, well, I'm going to continue with while that's going on, I'm going to continue with my original plan of trying to illuminate this little path with ball bearings that are shedding bright light.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and throw another one up here.
They're shedding bright light. Hang on one moment.
You can just imagine Matt running down a cave in wizard robes, like flicking marbles.
Just illuminated marbles.
Oh man. Oh, what does Rachel have to say?
She's probably still crying over the wolves.
Oh.
Okay, so remember that water sound that you heard a moment ago?
Are you asking me?
Yep.
The waterfall?
I remember that.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
there's a flood! So, the passage is suddenly filled with a mighty roar as a huge surge of rushing water pours down from above. Let's see, give me one moment.
Russian water. Not American water.
Everyone go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
So that's...
Crap. Yes.
12, and Lee, that's going to be a d20 plus your dex modifier, sir.
That's what I thought. I was just trying to make this easier and stuff, but... Oh my god. Okay. Here it comes. There we go.
Alright, so this surge of water comes rushing down the tunnel towards you, and you're all able to kind of jump out of the way. But your light gets washed away.
My marble!
Yeah, you're one marble.
I'm sure you got plenty more where those came from.
I've got 1,000 in this pack.
There we go. Did it just get dark on you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Can't hear you, by the way.
So would you guys like to try to move up a little more? The water kind of subsides a bit, and you can continue on your way. You were able to kind of jump out of the way, get up close to the walls, and the surge more or less came down and missed you.
So the water put out my torch and then blew the marbles away.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna use, in an attempt to have constant light on me, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna use my cantrip rather, my light cantrip to put it on myself. Can you put it on a creature? No. So I'm just gonna put it on like my belt, for example, just like a part of my garments.
Okay, so you're like casting light like on your belt buckle?
Yeah.
So it's like just like a big, like just like wow, it's like a belt buckle +1 radiant damage.
Right.
It's like wow. There you go, Lee. Yeah, just.
I see you over there.
Well,
Who's over there?
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and give you that back.
Thank God we fixed that quickly. I don't know where I was. Oh, there it is.
Alright. So now, that's 20 feet up, you said.
Okay, so you can go ahead and move up a little further. That's fine.
Well, I want to try to avoid this water again.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of get up here, and I'm gonna take my 50 feet of rope and try and throw it up over the bridge.
Uh-huh.
Kind of close to like where the wall is, like right about there. So that I can use the rope and the wall edge to try and hoist myself and climb up onto the bridge. So that way I don't have to deal with the water again.
Perfect. Okay. So you've got 50 feet of rope, yes?
Yes.
The bridge is 20 feet up, and it's about 10 feet wide. So regardless of, give or take a little bit, you'd be able to throw it all the way over the bridge, and one of you could hold the other side and either try to hoist somebody up or at least hold it and try to secure it.
I think we probably would want to hoist him up. I don't know if that would be like an aid or something like that, but might make it a little bit easier.
Go ahead and do me a. Who do you want to try to, or how do you want to work this? Do you want to try to hoist somebody up onto the bridge?
I'm going to try and get myself up first.
Okay. So Leopold and Reyna want to hold the rope.
I'm way back here. Can I move up there?
Yep. Yeah, we're not in combat right now, so you can kind of move around as you want to.
Okay. Cool.
That's fine.
Sure. Yeah, I'll hold the rope.
Okay.
I got you.
Cool.
Bye.
So Leopold and Reyna kind of hold the rope, or name, line, Deacon. Yep, Deacon. Excuse me. Throws the rope over. Reyna and Leopold are able to grab onto that and hold. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Me?
Yep. You're actually going to roll me 2 to get up there. You're rolling 1 per 10 feet to see if you can climb.
I am.
Yep.
Strength?
All right. So we'll take the 12 and go ahead and roll me another one.
Oh, I thought it was me. Okay.
And
I'm
7.
gonna use
Okay.
my inspiration to re-roll the 7.
Oh. Well done. Okay. Good job. And you fall. So you try to climb up the rope, and you don't quite get it. You slip and fall down to the hard floor of the cave, and you take 2
Wait,
bludgeoning damage.
does the two of us assisting him give him any kind of bonuses?
You didn't say you wanted to pull the rope, did you?
Oh, well, I assumed.
All right, so that was one attempt. Did you guys want to try it the other way now?
Yeah, I'd like to try it the other way with a little added benefit.
I tell you what we'll do. So go ahead and Dakin, you can kind of tie the rope around your waist, And if Reyna and Leopold want to both roll strength checks, we'll add those totals together and pull those against the DC that I'm giving you. So both of you guys roll strength checks, and we'll add them together. So while Reyna is looking for, she's like getting ready. Leopold just pulls it himself, and Deacon goes up a bit because the DC was only 10. But you two go ahead and both roll strength checks one more time. Fantastic. So you're able to very easily yank him all the way up to the bridge, and he gets up there, and he is up on top now. Okay, so you've got one end of the rope up on top of the bridge, and Reyna and Leopold are down below.
What I hear is three-way split party.
Could be any moment now, Daniel. Could be.
So I'm gonna position myself over here, so that if I roll a 1, I don't fall off the bridge. I at least fall back into the hallway instead of off the bridge, and I'm gonna attempt to pull one of them up.
Taken, I would never.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's
I mean,
probably a good idea. So you don't.
I don't have a
slip
highest
off the
strength,
bridge.
so I don't know if there's another way that you guys can think of that we might be able to get you up quicker.
If you
or
want to
easier.
hold the rope and like sit down, I'll give you a +2 to your strength checks. If you want to try to pull them up.
Okay, so I would like lay down prone, bracing my feet up against the side of the bridge that I'm on.
So they're going to be climbing, or you're going to be pulling.
I'm going to be pulling, but I'm going to be laying down prone on the ground, just on my back, so that I can brace my feet up against the bridge to give me a little bit of added effort.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll give you
That's getting your +2.
your strength +2. Yeah. Go ahead. And who are you pulling up first?
Whoever wants to get up first.
Who's lighter?
Do you guys both have your character weights handy? I know
my
Leopold
pulling
will.
strength?
Should be in the character
Okay.
sheet. I'm thinking first page, top right.
That's under
As
background.
long as they don't weigh more
How
than
is it?
240, we're good.
Oh yeah.
That's my push drag lift limit.
Well, that's a stationary. That's not dead weight necessarily, right? I don't know.
I see that my
Being a
leather
DM right now,
armor
just
is
let me
10
play.
pounds.
All right, Leopold. So you weigh 100.
Oh, I'm 40 pounds. Second sheet top.
40
pounds. My armor is 10
Halflings
pounds.
are light
Can
as
you
hell.
give him a sandwich? Damn.
I can't believe I knocked Dan over in the water, is all I'm
I
saying.
was gonna say my dog weighs almost twice.
Okay, so Leopold, did you want to? And wait, I'm sorry. Dakin is pulling Leopold up.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and pull. Roll me a strength check.
So just
David.
add 2 to whatever shows up.
Yep.
All right, no, I'll just add proficient. Oh, you can't. Oh, here we go. You don't have to add 2.
No, that's
It
gonna be
should do it
so legit.
automatically. But it
Wow.
did.
Natural fail.
So you pull, and Leopold gets a couple feet off the ground and takes a little bit of a tumble. Oh, Jesus. Takes a bit of a tumble. That was on the first. Oh, I'm sorry, wait. That was the first pull. You did not lift him at all, so he's still on the ground. You did not move him, so he's not actually falling. It's 1d6 per 10 feet you're falling. So he was not off the ground. Leopold, I'm going to say right now it's probably a really good idea for you to climb and him to just hold it.
Is it a good
Can't do both
idea?
at the
I
same
think
time.
so.
I don't have much strength at all.
Okay.
I'd say you're sufficiently anchored against 40 pounds, though.
Yeah, I would agree.
50 pounds.
Sorry, big dog.
Well,
Let's go
My
ahead.
armor. right?
Let's go ahead and roll that strength. And don't you have? Yeah, you've got inspiration. I gave you inspiration earlier for your poetic recount of our
Okay.
previous adventure.
You also
that
have
means
halfling
that-
luck.
What's halfling luck do?
It's the exact same thing as inspiration. You can. That's when you get when you roll a 1 on a.
Oh, so it's not the
attack
exact
roll,
same thing.
saving throw, ability check.
It's only when you roll a 1.
I guess that's true. It's
Okay.
only when you roll.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me a strength check, Leopold. It's going to be a d20 plus your strength modifier, which I think was 0.
I got a quick question.
Yep.
I see now that I have ability bonuses dexterity plus 2. Does that mean that my dexterity up on the first sheet says dexterity plus 3? Should it really be plus 5?
No, you probably have like a +1, and you're getting a racial somewhere for being a halfling or something like that as a +2.
Okay.
Whatever's on the first sheet should be what you're doing. So if that
Okay.
says a +3, that's what you're doing. That's already
Okay, so
taking all your
I need to
modifiers
roll
into account.
d20 plus dexterity, right?
Plus strength.
Oh, plus strength. Okay. Oh, well, that's just that. Okay. All right.
All right, so you guys are having a hell of a time climbing this rope.
Can I
It's
try?
all
Yep, go
Oh,
right
wait.
ahead, Raina.
the flooding. It's all wet and slimy.
That's.
Am I the only one talking?
Rolled a natural 20.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
So Raina looks at the halfling and she's like, step aside, and she
I dried it all for you.
is now on. Yep, that's what it was. He was like, I was just ringing it out. So she, boom, is up on the bridge.
She
Okay.
can help pull.
Yep, she could help pull. So if you guys want to roll your strength together, you might be able to get this really weak little 50-pound halfling.
Oh my.
Add.
Oh, those two are supposed to be rolling free.
Yeah.
My bad.
Add 2 to this roll
All right, so a 15
and a 9.
and a 9. Okay, so you guys just whip him right up. You actually whip him up so hard that he flies up and hits the ceiling. You take 6 damage. No. That's good. Okay, so you guys are all up on the bridge now. Okay, give me just a moment. I'm going to open this up a bit. Nope. There you go. You should see the tunnels.
Is there
I-
a
I-
light source up here?
Where
Do I have light on me?
you did your belt buckle.
Your belt
Oh, that's
buckle
right.
machining was.
I toss a ball bearing over here on
Yep.
the side of the bridge.
Oh, thank God.
This ball bearing thing, I gotta figure out a way to nerf this. This is ridiculous.
to nerf it. I mean, it's one action, but we're not in combat, so
Oh, speaking of combat, we need to get back to Dan.
that's why I feel like maybe if Dan decides to split the party again, which hint, hint, hint.
Whose turn was it? It was your turn, right? So now it's my turn? Or his turn?
1 second. 1 second.
We can scroll up and see.
I think the last part was when the hobgoblin missed.
Right.
Was it? I don't remember that.
It was, yeah.
That would be beneficial to us, so yes.
Okay. So the turn order
Sorry.
is correct. So Davkus, go right ahead.
Alright, so I'm going to make another swing here. With my greatsword, I'm still raging. So I have advantage, so I get the 25. So then I get my 7 damage plus 2 rage plus 9 damage crit. So 18 damage.
Plus, wait, say that?
I have 7 slash damage. I have advantage, so I get to crit.
Okay.
Plus I have rage, which is plus 2 damage. So I just did 18 damage. And earlier I did 9 damage.
Okay.
He's trying to tell you how to DM.
He's trying to tell me how to DM? Is that what you're saying? Okay. So you bring your weapon down with your rage, and you slash straight through him from his shoulder down through his chest, and he falls over dead. That's a lucky ass crit.
That is. Holy hell.
Does that sound right to you, Dan?
Things.
I really hope with that much damage that yes.
So
he's
that
dead.
was-
Otherwise I'm screwed.
Yeah, just a heads up, that was the amount of hit points that he had.
Holy hell.
But as you do that, you actually take a say what?
27 hit points, jeez.
Yep. So there is actually from the darkness to the north of you, you hear as an arrow flies from the dark in your direction. And give me just a moment. What's your dex? Your AC, excuse me.
AC is... Where the hell did I go? 13. Oh, crap.
All right, so
Roll. My God.
3 arrows streak through. 2 of them find their mark.
I'm glad I'm raging.
Make sure, and this I'm adding them both together, so this is not one hit that's about to hit.
Okay.
I just want to make sure
Give him
this is
time.
correct.
To your computer has a calculator. Oh, okay.
And you are hit for 11 points of damage.
No. I have resistance to piercing damage.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Oh,
for rage.
excuse me. So you are hit for 5. But Lee's over here like, oh,
This is-
snap.
Like,
And how long does this
intense.
rage last?
1 minute.
1 minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
How many rounds of attack have we done?
We did 2 hits. That was it. I could
2
have-
hits. How many? But was that the
I did 2.
Goblin
2
ran
actions
away.
against
That
him.
was his first. That was the first round. It came back around to him. There's been 3. This is the 4th round of attack.
No. So I attacked him once. Did some damage. I attacked him the second time. Killed him.
So it's after this round. This will be 3rd.
This will be the 3rd round.
Okay, so we're 12 seconds in. Okay. And you have resistance, so you take half, and we round. Always round in the player's favor, so we're going to round down. You take 5.
So should put me at what, 7?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And it is your turn.
With that, and knowing that there were, at least 3 arrows, I know that I've potentially got at least 3 enemies that are coming my way. I'm let me see what I've got. Do I know which direction these arrows came in?
Just north of you.
Having an idea that, this room's probably squarish in some capacity or circular. I would run to the top left corner. While doing so, lighting a torch so that I can see.
Okay. Okay. So as you light your torch, the goblins are kind of bathed in light as you're running up. This is... Hold on. What you're seeing there is the wall. So
Okay.
you can move up to that point.
Oh,
Or
right,
that-
but-
You could technically move there. You're right up against the wall there. And you're
and
actually...
that's
You've
what
got
I'm trying to
cover.
do.
Okay.
I'm trying to, I kind of duck behind some cover, just something to keep myself out, which is why I was pulling the torch as I'm running. Obviously, I'm not going to run to where I'm going and then light that torch. So this dark gray area that's there right above me, that I'm assuming is wall, or is that like
Yes, that's wall.
like a cliff? Okay.
All right. So
So
you...
while doing this, can I also swap weapons?
No, you lit a torch. So that's your... That's your
Okay, that would be
action.
the okay.
Okay, so the goblins, they see you kind of dart in there. They come charging into the room.
Just hoping I'm not going to be dead by the time everybody gets here.
me too. Who
So
else?
many
There's no
goblins.
one else I can, whose frame I can stand on for better shot accuracy.
So they run into the room, they turn, they've all still got their short bows out, and they take them shots. And your AC was what?
13.
13. Do you trust me, or do you want me to roll this publicly?
I trust you. Don't trust your DM. Who are you gonna trust?
You said 13?
I mean,
Oh,
okay.
crap.
Only 19s again. I can sense it.
No, that was an 11, but I think they have a +2 on their dex. And they do, so that's a 13 that hits. That's a 13, so a 15 that hits. And that is a 5 that misses. So 2 of them, the 2 that are closest to you, have the... it's a little easier for them to make their shots. The farthest one misses. So they're going to roll their 2d6. 1d6 plus 2, so 2d6 plus 4. Hold on.
Oh god, I'm dead.
That's a 6.
We didn't even see it.
That's a 6.
Oh, there it is.
There's 1 6. There's the other one.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
But he's got resistance, he'll remind you. But it don't matter, because I haven't added to them. And that's 4. So that's 16 damage. Dan had 7 hit points, though, so it's half. He only gets hit for 8, leaving him at a very bleak -1.
There is... I thought there was something with Rage or Barbarian and 0.
Is Dan dying right now?
Dan is getting his fucking ass kicked. Dan is on the ground.
I think it's actually past tense.
Dan, we only talk about Dan in a memory now.
I remember that there's something with 0. And maybe when I get...
So while Dan's looking that up, seeing these goblins run across the room, I think I would have...
You actually, do you see anything right now?
We see the light from the other room, and we saw the 3 goblins.
Okay,
Or
okay,
did.
cool. So you see the
I
light
don't know if there's
down the
line of
hallway.
sight.
Yeah, you would have line of sight. So you see the a light kind of flare down the hallway, and 3 goblins go darting into a room, and you actually hear them start to kind of hoot and holler. And when they
Can we go hell?
Yeah, a few seconds after they disappear into the room, you hear your dragonkin friend let out a howl, and maybe then like a thump sound. Okay, so
Oh, I have such a good... Oh, this is going to be awesome.
you guys can go ahead, and do you guys want to just be in combat now?
Yeah, because I want to shoot... Because I can... He's within range, and if he's within line of sight...
He is. The light is within line of sight, but what you're seeing there is the actual cave itself. So I didn't cut the light. I wanted you to be able to see the cave walls, but you can't shoot through them. You get
Okay,
me?
so they're actually...
that's a
there's
wall
like
there.
a cave,
Yeah.
there's a wall. Okay,
Yeah.
never
This
mind.
this
I'll pretend like I
gray
don't see
that's
it.
kind of at the edge here. This is a vertical wall.
Can I toss one of my ball bearings again?
Yes.
Right about here?
Hang on 1 second.
Why can't I ping on the map?
You using the.
You are pinging.
Nah, I was on
You
it.
guys, all 3 of you, go ahead and roll me an initiative.
By the way, with my spell sniper, I ignore cover and things like that. I
Okay.
don't know if you...
This is what's it called? Total. It's not concealment. It's total cover, which is different, right?
Yeah, total. If I ignore half and 3/4 cover.
Okay. Cool. All right. So that was a 14. Any adds to that?
Initiative is D20 plus wisdom, right?
Dexterity. But you were close.
Fucking
was-
dare you. Damn it.
Was it
Okay.
plus something? And a 6.
Let's see if I'm screwed.
You're not screwed.
We're coming for you, Dan. You just need to keep a positive attitude.
See, he did
okay?
the whole like.
Black Hawk down. We're in there.
I love it. All right. Hold on 1 sec.
One of us is deaf right now, but we're coming for you.
At least you're not dead.
One letter difference, but
All right. You guys
We
can
can
go
move
ahead and
body
move up your
movement
30
areas.
feet if you'd like.
Oh, is there a barbarian there for light?
Oh, yes. Excuse me.
They still
Yeah,
in combat?
we haven't figured out a way to nerf it yet. So
They are joining the combat.
Okay, so it's
And you guys are
actually not 30 feet.
charging in, is that correct?
I am.
I
'Cause
would
you-
say we probably are because the
you can-
initial goal was to get there as quick as possible.
Okay, so you can dash in if you're not using an attack. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, so Davkus is down.
So I could have potentially dashed further out of the way.
This
No,
image
because
right
you
here.
used, you can use, you have an action, right, and you use that to light the torch. You can use that instead to, like, double your movement speed.
Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, just trying to understand.
Yep. There's lots of different kinds of actions, and I'll try to, as you ask about them, we'll try to cover them.
This image right here. Is
Okay.
dash in.
Dashing down the hall, I think we probably would have seen. these,
Yes,
and I would have stopped.
They were not expecting you. Just as you guys were hearing the waterfall or the water rushing down the hallway, you're hearing it in this room as well. Here, let me crank that up a bit. There we go. All right. So as you're moving down, you guys can go ahead and use an attack if you'd like.
Whose turn would it be?
It's going to be Raina first.
Alright, so the 30 feet that we moved to get into the area, does that count as our movement for this round?
Yes, you are in combat. I went ahead and put you guys ahead of the combat order, since the goblins were still kind of like, they were still like hyped up and ready to go, but they weren't expecting you. I went ahead and gave you guys, took all of your initiatives and put it ahead of them. But yes, you are in combat. This is, you could double move though if you wanted to. So you had moved up to this point. If you wanted to move farther, you can go ahead and move up to your speed again. So you can move another 30.
Alright,
And that
that's
goes
what
for
I'm
all
gonna
of
do.
you on that move if you want to. You just can't have attacked on that round.
No, I think I want to stay and attack the guy right here.
Okay, cool. So Raina moved 2. All right. Deacon, go right ahead.
Charge up my Eldritch Ball and try and hit it right in the throat.
And that misses. So you throw it. It goes wide. Did you want to move on this turn?
I thought my movement was getting to that position.
You're all of you kind of entered combat in the move, and then now this is a new round of attack. So you guys getting here is kind of what brought you into combat, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
So
So you've got to move now if you'd like. Okay. And Leopold, it is your turn, sir.
Coming in, bows ablazing. We gotta get
Whoa.
Dan out of here.
You
Davkus, where is he?
Need to.
What's going on? I think I see him whimpering in the corner. Okay. We're gonna shoot this guy, this Troglin over here. Just ready my bow. Shoot him in the throat. That's a D20 plus dexterity.
Yes. All right, that hits. And which one were you shooting at? Excuse me.
This first one
This
right here.
Okay.
Coming for you, Dan.
Drop
Did he
that
die?
ball.
Did he die?
You hit him, but how hard did you hit him?
You could have said something.
Roll that
Okay.
damage.
My question mark. It's 1d8 plus
All right.
3, right?
Oh, yeah, for your dexterity. Oh my god. So you take your arrow, you sink it in. It's actually going to be... Hang on, where's my thing? Give me one moment. Gotta consult it. I have to pull out a tome. Roll me a 1d10, Lee. Just a 1d10. Oh, okay, 5. Alright, so you hit him, and he takes this arrow to the chest, backs up against the wall, and he's just kind of like... He's kind of out of it right now. His eyes are kind of... He just got wrecked. He just got wrecked.
Which one was this?
This is the one that you had attacked initially.
It was like an LSD tipped.
Yes,
go ahead.
it was an LSD arrow. That's correct. Let's see. All right. So this one here is a little surprised to see all of you. He's going to run up to the first person he sees.
Ooh.
And he's going to slash with his sword. Ooh. And not do very well. So he swipes at Reyna, completely misses. The other three hear these guys start to hoot, and they're going to go ahead and move out back into the room. Let's see.
Oh my lord. Oh my god.
Alright guys, so they have moved out. They're gonna take some shots. These three are actually all archers, and they're going to take some shots at Reyna, because she is closest. That's a miss. That's a hit. And that is a miss. Okay. So one of them is able to get his shot landed, hits Reyna for 3 points of damage. And Reyna, it is your turn.
Well, I guess I can't go anywhere without getting an attack of opportunity, so I'm going to try this Sacred Flame thing again.
Alright.
So he needs to make a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
or be hit by it.
And what's the DC on the dexterity saving throw? It's probably going to be your spellcasting, or D20, or no, I'm sorry, 10 and your spellcasting modifier, plus proficiency. So 10 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency.
So 15.
Alright, and he did not. So he got a 7.
Okay, so it's a 1d8.
Alright, go ahead and roll your 1d8. And which one are you hitting?
Mm-hmm.
The one closest to you?
Yes, the one. Yeah. I got a 7.
7. Okay, well, so what exactly does this do to him? He's done. So, what's going on here?
She basically looks straight at him and starts to pray to Lathander. Her eye color changes to the gold of sunrise, which matches in his eyes, and his brain burns from the inside.
It was going very sweetly there for a moment. So he just, he looks at you. Does he smile or anything as you kind of are looking at him? Are you smiling? Are you glaring at him?
It is like the warmth of a sunrise.
So
And then his brain melts and drains out his ears.
It's just like that scene when that guy saw that sunrise in Blade, where he's like, it's awesome, and then bursts into flame on the beach and dies. So he is dead. Alright, nice.
Alright, do I now have the ability to move?
Yes, you could absolutely move away.
Well, our dragonkin, am I right in assuming that he's in the room to the south of us?
He is in the room to the south of you. Keep in mind that this area here is, it's the wall, what you're seeing there. Maybe I should have cropped it a little closer.
There's 3 guys.
So if you wanted to get around the staircase, you provoke an opportunity attack from one of those goblins.
Alright, I will, having faced an enemy,
I'm
run
sorry.
back.
Dan, roll me a death saving throw.
Yeah.
Roll me a d20 on this round. I totally forgot. I'm like, Dan's fine, but he's not. Okay, so that's a pass. So that's good. How death works is you have saving throws. You have you make 3 or however many saving throws you're going to get. If you roll a successful saving throw, which is a 10 or higher, you get that's a passed saving throw. 9 or lower is a fail. 3 fails, you are dead. 3 passes, you're back up at 1 hit point.
So I'm at -1 now, so I would just get 1 hit point.
Yes.
Be back up to 1 hit point.
Well, you would be back up to 1 hit point, yes. Regardless,
Okay.
even if you were at -12, you'd be back up to 1 hit point.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and put you back in the order because I had taken you out. Deacon, it is your turn.
Cool. Okay.
Are these rocks big enough to hide behind?
This one here has cover behind this rock. Yes, I'm sorry. If you're asking if you could hide behind them, yes, you could.
The same one with this one here.
Yep. It's tall enough that you can kind of duck in behind it.
I'm going to try and hit this one over here again with my Eldritch Blast.
Okay. That hits. And for 7?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want me to tell me how you kill him?
I was trying to knock the shield out of his hand, but I guess it hit it with enough force that it spun around in the circle.
All right.
To the point where he was so dizzy from that he fell over and hit his head on the rock wall next to him, and that was it. It was lights out.
Perfect. Okay. So he spins around, hits the rock with his head, passes out, and actually it jars his brain. His brain begins to swell, and he dies. So he did. All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move it all.
I'm going to use my act move to
Put some cover between you and them. Okay.
exactly.
Cool.
You said it's full cover, half cover? Like, how tall is this rock?
It's half cover. You can kind of crouch down behind it. It's not like it's not tall enough to cover your entire body if you were standing.
And they were shooting arrows before, right?
Yes, they were.
So I would like to crouch down to try and hide behind it.
Okay.
Because wouldn't that mean that I'm harder for them to hit because
Yeah.
I'm crouched down as
So
well?
you can take a knee, which is going to be basically if you want to move on your next turn, you're going to have to stand up from that, so it's going to reduce your movement speed total.
By how
But
much?
yes, you can take a knee and take cover from them, absolutely.
How much does it reduce my movement speed?
Half.
Half. Okay.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Has anyone else looked at the Covert Role Players Guild Facebook page?
No.
in the past 30 minutes? Just throwing that out there.
Why?
Your
Oh,
screen shut off. And it's reverse, so it's like reading text backwards. Forever the
I thought it was funny.
That's fantastic. Okay. Good job. I'm sorry. Leopold, it is your turn, sir.
Okay.
Rachel, since you're not on that Geek Squad group, it says it's got, what's his name from Scooby-Doo? Freddy, and it says, let's split up, gang. From Matt. Good job. Give yourself inspiration. Leopold, I'm sorry. Yes, it is your turn.
Okay, I can move 30 feet in one turn and still attack, right?
Yes.
I don't guess it really matters that I move here, though. But I'm going to move to... let's see... Shit. Right here.
All right.
And, let's... I guess I don't know where Dan is. Or Davkus, I should say. I'm going to shoot at this... Hold on, my cursor's off from what's
The lower
actually
one?
happening.
Okay.
Draw my bow and shoot at that bra right there, which is a d20 plus 3.
And
Oh,
that
wonderful.
misses a bit. So
Just a bit.
You kind of whiff the shot and it
To the left or right?
off a bit, huh?
To the left or to the right, because he does have...
Oh, to the right. It's definitely to the right. Very, very cute, though. All right, so it is their turns. This one kind of looks at you and says, hey, you just shot at my face. And shoots back and is equally as terrible a marksman. Misses you. The second one looks at you and, or I'm sorry, he looks at the first goblin and says, let me show you how to do it. Fires, also completely misses. The third one looks at you and is like, he stands up from behind the rock that he's hiding behind, takes aim at Lee, shoots, not even sure where the arrow went. It's just gone. That was a 5, a 5, and a 7, by the way. Okay. And Reyna, it is your turn. They're not moving. They're happy where they are.
Alright, well, I am going to target this one who is in the way of me getting into that room.
Uh-huh.
And start praying again.
And he's doing a dex save on this, yeah?
Right.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. And your DC was...
15.
And he fails. So, okay, go ahead and roll me some damage.
Okay.
I distracted him for you.
It was really good. Lee. It was very good.
Looking out for the group.
And the waterfall begins to be quieter because it becomes annoying.
Thank you. And a permanent
I got a
ringing in
6.
here.
A 6, okay. And that was the bottom one. So you do the whole thing, and he kind of snaps out of it a bit, kind of shakes the sunrise from his eyes right before his brain begins to implode. And he looks at you and narrows those little black beady eyes. Davkus, it is your turn, so go ahead and roll me 1d20. Oh, yes.
Can I move?
You can move.
I want to move to the other side of this rock.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right, so that's 2 passes. Cool. One more, and you're back up at 1 hit point.
And I can
Excellent.
go
This
ahead,
Davkus.
cower in the corner.
Got this.
Deacon, it is your turn.
Alright, I am going to get up. I can only move 15 feet. So I'm going to get up and move to that square there. And I'm going to... You said it's not full cover behind the rock?
It is not full cover behind the rock, that's correct. So, and you said that it whatever your Eldritch Blast ignores half cover?
All range does. All ranged attacks. They ignore half and 3/4 cover.
What?
It's
What's
a feat.
Oh, it's a feat that you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of the optional human roll, I took Spell Sniper.
Oh, cool. Okay, that makes. I was like, that's not at all correct. But yes, now that is absolutely accurate.
Okay, so I'm gonna again. Actually, I think this time I'm gonna try to use my Firebolt.
Okay.
We'll see how this works. Because it's off my int. Yeah, no. Cool.
Yep. Nope. All right. So you use your firebolt, and it streaks out towards him, hits the rock, and he kind of looks at you, and he's like, "I thought you were ignoring cover, bro." Leopold, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to... Well, okay, wait. This bro right here has already been hit, right?
Yes, he has.
Alright, we're going to take aim at this guy
Thank
right
you,
here.
Lee, for being the only one that knows what focus fire is.
What does that mean?
It means that he's already taken damage, no one else has, and you're like, I think I'll attack the weak one, because that will probably kill him. Continue. That's good. That's very good. You're
Okay,
he's
well, I was going
weakened.
to attack this
Let's
bro.
finish him off. Yep, go for it. Wait,
but
that one?
I'll go ahead and attack this one since that's what you were talking about.
Oh, never mind. Damn it. Yes. The other one is like bleeding out of every orifice in his head.
Well, you know, okay. There's two ways of looking at it, but whatever. I'll go ahead and draw my bow, take another shot at him.
All right.
At the first one, that is. So, does that hit?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay, so... we then...
That's 4. Okay, that still kills him. This one here, right? The lower one?
Yep.
Yep. So you shoot him with your bow, and he's kind of a little dazed from seeing sunrise, and just it catches the arrow right in his chest, hits the ground very unceremoniously, and it is their turn. So the one closest to Reyna peeks up over the rock and takes a shot at her. Actually, no, he does not. He is going to take a shot at the halfling, because the halfling won't have cover. What am I doing? And what's your AC, Lee?
14.
Oh, that sucks for him. Did I just delete him?
I think so.
That means I win. The arrow, it like bounced off.
That's what it was. Yeah,
Back.
the arrow bounced off back. He vanished, reappeared, and tried to shoot you and still missed. But he's fine. The other one takes a shot as well, and that one is going to connect. And he's going to hit for 7 points of damage. That hurt.
To me?
Yes.
Which one? Oh, the little red bar.
Yes,
It's so...
the red bar. It's much less full. Okay, and that is their turn. Reyna.
I have a feeling you're trying to kill us off this game.
Alright,
I'm just going
want
to say, splitting the
move,
party is
to the room.
relatively... that is the cause of all of your woes.
Sorry.
It's a lesson we all must learn. What were you doing right now? I'm sorry.
I'm moving into the room so that I can see Davicus.
Yep.
And I want to ready a spell.
Okay.
Since he's got one roll left to see whether he ends with 1 hit point or fails his next death saving
Good
throw.
call.
If he fails it, I want to cast Spare the Dying. If he passes it, then I want to heal him.
Okay, cool.
Can I do that?
Yeah, sure. That's fine. So you're kind of looking at him. He's starting to kind of breathe a little easier now. You're thinking he might steady on his own.
Right, and I have 5 more feet to move. Can I move around this corner right
Yeah.
over here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. And Davkus, go ahead and roll me a death saving throw, 1d20. Oh, and that is a 10 is a success, so it's 10 or higher. So you are back up at +1.
Wonderful. Can I cast my heal now?
Yes, you can.
Alright. And I would like to quote the Great Lathander.
Yes, please.
From death, life. There is always another morning. In the dawn, beauty reigns, and the way is clearer. And with that, she wants to cast a heal.
All right.
That heal being... Healing Word,
All right.
Which she gave.
which is... do I need to... I don't actually know. Do I need to roll to hit?
No, you don't
Heals?
need to roll to hit. It should tell. What's the? You've got the spell in front of you.
I've got pieces of it. What's written in my... what you could call a spell book.
What
It's
does
a
it say?
D4.
Okay, roll the d4. Plus
It's a
your
D4
wisdom.
plus 3, yeah.
Okay.
Hope for a 4.
So it hits for 6.
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
now at 7 HP.
Yep. So you're now at 7.
Assuming I'm no longer enraged at this point, too.
That is correct. It's been over a minute. And we just rolled for 6. Healed for 6.
That's right. Yeah, it was
Okay.
3 plus.
So you're at 7.
My domain is life,
Mm-hmm.
so that gives a +2 plus the spell level, so it's a +3.
Sweet. All right, Davkus, you are up, and I will actually, I'm going to give you your turn as well. Normally, your save would be the turn, but you're up. She hit you with the spell, gave you an extra little boost. So if you'd like to do a move and an attack, you can take out some of your aggression on these poor little goblins.
Yeah, I'm wary but pretty pissed off. I'm going to attack the first one
Okay.
closest to me, putting myself in between my savior, essentially. And I'm going to attack with my glaive.
Okay,
So
now,
we'll-
I'm just going to say, if you were standing here and you hit him for more than his total hit points, you could hit the other one.
That's true,
You could
because
cleave
of
it.
glaive. Yeah,
Okay.
is that in the distance? Kind of going around and then around, yes, essentially. Okay. Yes. And about a 9.
And that's a hit. Okay, and you hit for 7.
Yep.
And you just, this goblin kind of watches Reyna run by. He's like, oh, whatever. You know, they're just gonna let her scoot on by. He's looking at this halfling. All of a sudden, he looks back and sees a Dragonborn that he hasn't seen yet come running out of the darkness at him. He's like, what? And just takes his head right off. And he is dead. All right. And Deacon, it is your turn.
How many hit points does he have? Does Davkus have?
7. He's at about 50% health.
Okay. I think I'm going to use my healing word as well on him.
Oh, okay.
Feeling the love.
Yeah.
Well, you know, PDGs are coming up, so.
I'm not hurt at all.
What did I just miss?
Lee said
Lee's
that he's
better
not
than
hurt at all.
him.
Lee is hurt worse than you are right now.
Oh, is he?
Yes. He's got 4 hit
bad.
points and
I did not
Daft just
realize.
has 7. If you can put that 5 hit points on whoever you like.
Yeah, let's put that on little old Lee there. That sounds like
Okay.
a great idea.
All right. Well, good deal.
Ugh.
So Lee is back up to a hot 9 hit points.
How did he get hit? Like what?
He took an arrow.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
Oh,
this
that's-
It happens.
that
it
move
does.
as well.
It
It
does.
happens.
So this
I mean,
goblin is a little terrified. He is going to start running, and he's actually going to dash. He is going to try to get the hell out of Dodge. Let's see. He is taking off. So he's run down by the water. He's doing a dash. He's not doing an attack on this round. He is just getting the hell out of here. But he's running in a specific direction. So, Reyna, it is your turn. You can't really see him from where you are.
Alright, well, I'm gonna follow this dragonkin out.
Wait a minute. Did I do anything that turn?
You went before the goblin, didn't you?
Before he dashed?
Yeah.
I got healed before he dashed. Does that count as a turn?
Oh, so no, it doesn't. So yeah, I'm sorry. Go right ahead. And he's back here. That's where he's gonna go. But yeah, I must have skipped your turn. My bad. But yeah, go right ahead
damn.
and do your turn.
Okay.
Our DM really likes that goblin.
He's just trying to run.
Can I shoot 2 arrows at once?
That would be cheating. No, you cannot. You can
That's
run
not-
up and attack
I mean,
with 2
that's
weapons
skill.
at once. You have 2 swords. You want 2 arrows?
Well,
What are you, Legolas? You're level 1. Stop.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You don't even know who Legolas is. I don't even know why I said that.
I've heard the name.
Saddens the hell out of me.
You're right.
How many hit points has he got?
Wouldn't you like to know? He
I
looks pretty vivacious. He's happy.
I'm
He's me at the
you know
start of
what?
the save shift versus at the end. He's
He's
full of life
Deacon
and energy.
Oh,
was
jeez.
so generous.
I'm so
it
glad
was-
you're recording this shit.
For that, I will run. Let me grab my token right here
All right.
and give him a good
A rope
slash of the
a
sword.
little bit of the 1 and the 2. That's going to be
right,
plus
good.
your
So I need to
strength.
roll a d20 first, right?
Yep. I'm sorry, no, and you can use your dex because they're finesse weapons. That's right. So you roll a
Okay.
d20 plus your dex plus your proficiency.
Whoa, plus proficiency. Where do I find
It's a plus 2 for the
plus
for the
2?
short swords.
Okay, yeah, so
Yeah,
17.
so yeah, you hit him. So you can roll
Okay.
your 2d6 plus 3. That's 1d6 per sword plus 3 for your dexterity. All right. So you come kind of charging up, and how would you like to eviscerate this poor guy?
I'm just like a bunch of stabs.
Just a bunch
Just a bunch of stabs.
bunch of stabs. Rock'em sock'em halfling,
Yeah, right.
and he's dead.
Sock 'em, bop 'em, but with swords.
You come up and you stab him once and stab him twice. He's like, what? And you're like, stab, stab, stab. He's like, oh my god, stop, 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 stop. And he dies. Falls to the ground. And hey guys, combat is over. We're not out of combat. Good job getting back up, Dan. That was fantastic. What did we learn?
Huck 'em.
Don't split
Carry
the
a bigger
party.
axe.
Carry bigger. There you go. Okay, fantastic. Well, you guys can head into this room. All right, and I actually have, as you look around the room.
Is that where Davkus was laying?
Yes, this is the room that Dadkus was in.
Right here?
The room that he, the kind of the chimney that he came up was right over here, where I'm pinging. So if you went down that hole, it's a 30-foot drop down to, back down to the kennel area below. As you look in this room, you see this big guy who's laying here dead. You guys don't remember killing him. Guess Davkus probably did it.
Does he have anything?
Nice work, Davkus.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Does he have anything of value on him at all?
He has a chain coif on his head that looks like it might actually be in fairly decent condition, and it smells horribly though. As you, who would like to try to pull that off?
Not me. Not if
Okay.
it smells bad.
It smells very, very bad.
I'll let the guy who shimmied up the chimney try.
Okay. So Davkus is able to walk over and pull this chain coif off of his head, and it looks like it would possibly add a little bit of extra armor to kind of his neck and the back of his head, but it smells horribly, and it's covered with all kinds of like little scabs and things from the hobgoblin's face. It's pretty nasty on the inside. And also, as soon as you move it, it's very jingly, so might make it a little difficult to hide with that on. Let's see.
That's a good point. Yeah.
There is also a chest over, kind of at the side over here.
Right here.
Yeah, but it's got a lock on it, so you're not able to just open it straight up.
Locks? What are locks?
You want to try to bash it open?
I would step up to it and swipe from side to side and attempt to lock the top of the chest off.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
Will this be unskilled or?
It's going to be just your D20 plus your strength modifier.
Might I suggest if you break the lock, don't open it yet.
Goblins will come out.
Okay. So you swipe it what, with like a hand, or are you using a weapon?
I was thinking that I just use the glaive that I've still got.
Okay. So you take your glaive and just you see this lock and maybe kind of jiggle the lock a little and you're like, forget this. You just step back, take your glaive, swipe at it, and the top of it just splinters and the splinters go flying. And when you look inside, there is 600 copper pieces. There's a lot of change in here. 600 copper pieces, 110 silver pieces. There are 2 potions of healing. And as you dig a little deeper, there is a jade statuette of a frog with some tiny golden orbs for eyes. Looks like it might be worth quite a bit. Not exactly sure how much, but it's relatively small. Looks like you could easily pop it in your pocket. Does someone want to carry this back themselves? Do you guys want to divide it up here?
How much does the statue thing weigh?
Maybe an eighth of a pound. It's relatively tiny.
No, I've heard something about an owlkin kind of a statuette. Does
Yeah.
this have any? You know what I mean.
If someone would like
Pretty
to
much.
roll an Arcana check on the statuette, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Go ahead.
I'm proficient in that.
Okay. You're not getting any magical vibes from this little statue of a frog.
Okay.
But as you're kind of looking it over in your hand, you notice that the eyes, the golden orbs for the eyes, are very shiny. It looks like it's, again, worth a considerable amount. And as you dig a little bit farther down in the chest, you pull out a small shield.
Is it just an ordinary shield? Is there anything special about the shield?
It does look special.
Can I roll an Arcana on that as well? See
Sure.
Maybe there's something crazy going on.
15, and let's see. So you look at the shield, and it's got, I don't know, it's very pretty and
Whoa,
very fancy,
Whoa!
and
So-
looks like it.
I would pick
Look
up the
up.
shield
Jason, look up!
Yeah.
and hand it over to Jason and say to him that throughout history, warriors have
hand
been
it
known
hand
by
it to
their-
Matt.
Oh, sure, yes, Matt. So I'd hand it to Matt and say that throughout history, warriors have been known by their shields. It identifies them, protects them, and draws attention to their ability. It signifies that they are part of something larger than themselves. That the ancient Spartans of Greece honor meant everything. The shield was a vital part of their warfare. The shield was a symbol of their trust, their strength, and their pride. Spartan women would send their sons off to battle with a large shield saying, "Come back with it," or "on it." Returning home without your shield meant you were stupid, weak, or a coward, and not worthy of Sparta. The awarding of the Geek Squad shield is a special event. Not everyone is worthy of it, and there are many who, though they aspire to it, will never achieve it. Agent Knapp, badge number 22439, please step forward. And when you wear the shield, you represent everything that we stand for. Honesty, integrity, excellence, and honor. You are the best of the best, and the world knows it. You stand a little taller, a little straighter, and you can smile when the civilians go crazy over it. Wear your shield with pride. Always remember that you have succeeded where others have failed. You stuck it out where others quit. When others cut and run, you stood firm, and with this badge you have arrived. Welcome to our ranks. And one more thing, if you lose your shield, we'll kick your ass.
Congrats, Nap.
Congrats, buddy.
That's awesome. Good job,
Do you
Dan.
wear this?
Dan
Was that
wears.
for this, or do
Dan-
you always wear that?
That's
while
how he
playing?
DCQAs. He's always
That's-
ready to throw down with his stank hobgoblin coif. With its negative charisma. It's fantastic. All right,
That-
cool. So there is a bit left to explore in the cave. That's probably the first time there's been a Geek Squad ceremony done over D&D. Just saying.
And streamed.
And oh, yeah, that's right. And recorded. Okay, but do you guys want to finish up? There is a bit left to do. We can probably wrap that up next time. Or
Is there
we
anything
can...
left in these like boxes and barrels and things of that nature.
There is actually... Let's see... yes. There's some sacks and crates that... Hang on. Basically, yes, there are some stacks and crates. They have some markings on them, and I can't find where those are. That's stupid text.
What did you say the total loot was, though? We had the jade statuette. We had how much copper?
You had the
600?
600 copper and 110 silver, 2 potions of healing, which probably would have been good a minute ago. And yeah, the statuette's small enough to fit in a pocket.
Okay.
All right, and there. Hold on one sec. Where is it actually listed? There are some supplies that are here. These other boxes and barrels. They have a symbol on them, and it says Lion Shield Coster of Phandelver. Phandelver is the town that you were going to, and this looks like it may be property of of someone who is from there.
So it looks like it may be the stuff that we were originally sent to protect.
Well, you weren't
Actually,
set
no.
to protect anything. You were set to. I'm sorry. The stuff on your
I forgot
wagon.
we were
You were bringing
rescuing
supplies.
stuff, yeah. Okay, that's my bad. So that stuff's still in the wagon, so this just might be from the same place. So I would imagine we'd probably pop the top of these crates, or these boxes and stuff, and see what's inside.
It looks like it's. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Now, keep in mind, you still have not cleared the entire area, so it may be best to come back and check some of these items once you're sure that the coast is clear, so that something's not sneaking up behind you.
Actually, we did see, because when we were crossing, we were able to see, or at least I saw, that there were some other creatures about,
Did you?
kind of back of the way we came. I don't know if I saw that accidentally, but I did see that.
It's not possible. Can't be an accident. Do you guys want to finish tonight, or do you want to crash and pick it up next week?
Doesn't matter to me. I'm for going on if everybody else is.
Yeah, I don't care.
Rachel, what are you
I mean,
thinking?
If we're continuing, I'd like to take a little break, but whatever.
I'm willing to follow the majority.
Okay. I tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to fast forward just a bit. And if you guys want to move, do you remember where the bridge was?
Yes.
Go ahead and... Dan's like, oh, hey guys, look! There's a waterfall over here!
Wait, but, what about this? There's, which bridge? I'm confused.
Where the way Matt's going.
I'm going to assume we can come back to said little
Yep, and
area.
you should be good there, Matt. Alright, so
Yeah,
you guys kind of head this way. Can you see anything in that room?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure can.
So as you look down into this room, you see that
Whoa.
there is some light down there. And which of you has a light source on you right now?
I've got my magic ball bearings.
I mean, which one?
Magic marbles.
Who's wearing one? You still have your belt
I have one.
enchanted, right?
Yeah, I stopped my belt.
Okay. And Davkis, do you have your torch still? Did you pick that up?
I don't, because that's 30 feet down
Okay.
and the other direction.
Leopold has arrows. I could, if you would like, Leopold, I could cast my light on one of these arrows, and then you shoot it at something that you might be able to see.
I was going to ask earlier if I could shoot a fire arrow as a torch, but I like your idea better. So yes, let's do
To
that.
clarify, I'm going to cast light on the entirety of the arrow, not just the arrowhead.
That sounds wonderful.
Okay. So you have a light. You guys are gonna drive me crazy with this damn light cantrip.
Well, it's
so
on the
where,
entire.
where are you shooting this to?
I guess I choose that, or does he?
It's all up to you.
Yep.
God, I
I'm
can't.
just planting the idea in your head.
Let's see. We're not like in battle or anything, right? No. Okay,
Not
so
yet.
So I can stand right here. And shoot it like here.
Okay. Now hold on 1 second before we don't move anywhere. Okay. Do you see anything in that room ahead of you, Lee?
Oh yes, I see plenty.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I don't think it's a good idea to shoot a light arrow necessarily. Now that I think about it.
I think it would be funny.
I think you should.
Well,
just, so right now they're not
must
paying
be
any
dead.
attention to you. Let's take a moment to discuss flat-footed.
Yeah.
Flat-footed is fantastic. What flat-footed means is that you have caught a group of NPCs off guard. They are surprised for a round of attack, which means that they do not react. So you can potentially attack a group, and they don't get to react on their first turn. Can be pretty empowering and fantastical.
If we don't alert them of our presence with a light arrow.
Are we able to determine how wide of a area that hallway is?
Yeah, you can see the squares are 5 foot, so it's about an 8 foot wide hall.
Okay, so I would say that what we probably want to do here, guys, is maybe have Leopold shoot this illuminated arrow, and then Dan kind of take up a position here, or Davicus take up a position there, and we all kind of hang back, or at least Reyna and I, so that nothing can really get to us without having to disengage from Dan.
Well, if they're unaware, then we all get an attack. So
Yeah, we could go even further, and we'd essentially...
I'm within range that I could attack this guy if I can actually. Yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
With the at the very least with the sacred flame, just to try to do a little bit of damage in that first round where they're unaware.
Because we'd essentially as a group have 8 different attacks to hit this guy with, before they could react at all. That might be enough just to take him out.
Yeah, that at the very least increases our odds
Yeah, I like that
on
idea.
that one guy.
Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we decided on?
I think we're gonna attack this guy. Only does the darkness incur cover at all?
No.
No?
It's adding to your stealth right now. If you would put out your belt, because if you charge in with your belt all lit up, they're gonna notice that.
Oh well. Yeah, I think I'll put out my belt because I've still got this Barbarian back here.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll some initiatives.
I was muted. What the hell's initiative?
A d20 plus your dex modifier, bro.
Oh,
Stupid thing.
All right. And Leopold, what'd you get?
20.
Perfect. Okay. Leopold, you are first.
I can kind of, sort of see what this guy is right here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that tell me anything?
Does it tell you anything? What would you like it to tell you?
Like, one, what is it?
He is just kind of sitting there. He's got something underneath his fingernail. He's a goblin. He's just kind of picking at his nail right now. He doesn't seem to see you guys sneaking up at all. He's just kind of chewing at him. Spits on it a bit. Keeps wiping.
I going to move to right here, 20 feet.
Roll me a stealth.
If you do that, we might lose our flat-footedness.
Well, okay.
If he's within range now, like we could all just shoot. You don't
So
know.
Does that not lose the flat-footedness?
Okay. So right now you guys are not in combat, right? You're about to attack. The ones that you can't technically, or you wouldn't be able to see if I was smarter with my map design here, is they're sleeping. You can hear some snoring. There we go. You hear snoring coming from the room ahead of you, and this one goblin is standing off to the side here, kind of messing with his fingernail. If you are to sneak into the room, you risk alerting them that you're there. They'll then hop up and they'll be ready for your attack. If you just try to take him out right now, you could potentially do that, and you would enter what's called a surprise round, where so next is his turn. We would skip his turn and it would go to Davkis, then Deacon, then Reyna, and then it would come to all of the other goblins' turns. We would skip their turn, go back up to you. You would fight. We would skip his turn again. They don't get to attack. I'm sorry. He just doesn't get to attack for the first round. But, yeah, so basically the first time that all of them would get to move and attack you, we're skipping their turns if you surprise them. So if you sneak in, let's say that you... Say again?
Like with the other... That'll be based on a throw like the boss or mini-boss that I fought, right?
No. Right now, because they haven't been seen, what happened with you is you charged, which lost the flat-footed. Had you rolled like a stealth and tried to sneak up on him, you would have then potentially had some kind of advantage over him.
Okay.
You could have actually... He would have been sleeping, and you could have done what's called a coup de grace, which you roll max damage on a target that's otherwise incapacitated.
Oh, nice.
But you said, I want to charge him. So, and that makes sense for your character, right? He got all pissed and did his rage thing and ran right in, so that makes sense for a Barbarian. But what you could do, Lee, is you can you're steadying your shot on this guy, and you get your shot from right where you are, and then on your next turn you could potentially move in or move to a better vantage point. Once you start moving up, you have to use your stealth ability to remain hidden.
Well, okay, if I hit him and I don't kill him, does that not like alert everyone? Or
It's all about what you're doing before you enter combat. So right now you're not in combat. You haven't started fighting them yet. So you're either going to surprise him with the first hit. It's basically you're sucker punching him. He doesn't get to react to that. If he sees you coming, he gets to react to that.
All right,
Does that
let's
make more
go ahead
sense?
and let's shoot at him. Okay. Which is a... Got this. And then a...
Okay. That's all good. So you take your bow and pull it back and shoot it in there. It catches him in the side, and he lets out a howl, which startles all of the other goblins. They're all sleeping, and that's not... They were going to wake up anyway. It's not like you were going to... Well, if you had killed them outright, that might have been different. But they all start... they kind of look up and look around. They see him screaming. They don't see what made him scream. So they're all just kind of sitting there like, what's going on? So we're going to skip him. Davkis, it is your turn.
Are we able to see in the room now because of the arrow that was
Emitting
light?
Well, if it was emitting light, here's what we're going to do. We'll go ahead and make him a light source. And that's totally hacks. So you can see in the room once you're in there. Keep in mind that this should be blocking your line of sight.
So I would probably call back to, at this point, realizing that, I can perception and everything else, you can kind of hear things. Would probably tell Matt to put out his light source, to put out his torch that he's got back there so that they can't see us. So that no matter what, even if they know that something's happened, we're still in this dark environment around us, so we still have the element of surprise.
I did say to put it out before we started doing all this.
Oh, the belt?
Yeah.
Just gotta do everything.
Could you just DM better? That'd be great.
Next week, Matt and I are just gonna switch off on his character.
I would move in front of in front of everybody. Still kind of against the wall there. With my great sword. And just kind of standing at the ready.
Okay.
Kind of thinking about that. Can I draw a weapon and throw a dart at the same time? Or are those two separate things?
No. I would let you do it if you were drawing it with your main hand. If you're drawing a two-handed weapon, no.
I guess the question would be, would I already be standing here with weapon drawn or not?
Yes. I'm going to make a statement. So this is your turn in the attack round where they can't react. Just saying.
Okay. I probably would have already had the greatsword out anyways, but I'm going to take a dart from my chest.
Okay.
And chuck it at the same goblin that was attacked before.
All right, cool.
Well, let me see what the distance is. Hold on a second. My dart distance is 2060.
2060? Okay, so you have disadvantage on the roll.
What is the distance? 40?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would have been one of the darts, so. Alright. Let's do this.
So disadvantage, you get the 9.
Okay.
So the 9 misses.
Alright.
You throw the dart, and it falls short. It's really far. Maybe that dart doesn't have the best flights on it. It just kind of spins and falls. And Deacon, it is your turn.
I am going to use my Eldritch Blast to shoot him.
Alright. So you take your force ball and wind it up and nail that boo. And he's not having the best day. So you hit him in the side. It shoves the arrow a little farther in. You like that? Shoves the arrow a little farther in?
I don't know, I can't see the light anyway, so it's like,
Oh,
it's like
hold on.
not even there.
Is that better? Is that better?
That's a little better. And I can see
Okay.
what you're trying
realistic
to do.
now.
That's clever.
You don't want it to do that though?
No, it makes sense. Like you're nerfing it, and I'm abusing it.
I'm just saying.
It's tit for tat, well deserved. I deserve that.
Okay. I mean, just shoves the arrow into his body a little bit, diminishing the light source. Okay, Reyna, it is your turn.
I am crying at this point because our position was just made apparent by this lovely spell with trailing light behind it.
Oh, well, they still can't attack in their first round.
But then, just in the sense of they know where we are. So
they definitely know where you're coming from. They also saw the light arrow come flying in.
I thought they were asleep.
You're welcome.
They were.
Well, if they were asleep, then they didn't see anything.
He did, and he's now yelling and pointing.
Okay.
Just
I'm like, how did they get asleep?
he's saying and he's pointing down the hallway.
I was gonna say that's a pretty magical arrow.
It is. Well, it's D&D, man. It's magic. He's.
Oh my God.
Reyna, it is your turn. Everything.
Well, I want to pray for a sacred flame again
All right.
on the guy that everyone's targeting.
Okay.
Just gotta hear him. So it's a dexterity saving throw for that character.
All right. Did I put my dice away? I did. And DC is
15.
15. Okay, yeah.
How
missed.
is that affected
Or-
if he's flat-footed?
He still gets the save.
Okay.
And he failed it. regardless.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. Rolled a 4.
Hold on one sec. All right, so he looks down the hallway at you, and your eyes kind of illuminate the area in the hall. His eyes do that whole sunrisey god thing, and he just and the light goes out, and he collapses to the ground. So the other goblins are laying on their cots, and they're looking at this like, whoa, okay, and they are kind of intimidated, but they're coming to their feet, looking around and grabbing the weapons that are next to their beds. Leopold, it is your turn.
I can't see where anyone else is. So, and we're in battle now, right? So, okay, I can only move so far. He's dead. Let's see. Let's move to right there. Right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And let's fire an arrow at this bra.
Which one? This one here?
This one here.
Okay, go right ahead. All right, that definitely hits. Roll your damage. Nice. All right, hold on one sec.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And that was 10. Okay, so you kind of come up, and that goblin looks over towards you. He sees you kind of step into the dim light of the room, and his eyes kind of come to a focus on your the tip of your arrow. You let it go, and it finds a home right in his forehead, dropping him directly to the ground like a sack of goblins. And Dapkus, it is your turn.
At this point, I'm wanting to try and keep things ranged, so I'm gonna pull out one of my javelins and
Okay.
chuck it. It's a 31-20, but I'm going to chuck it at.
And remember, from where you are, you can't see through this.
Mhm.
I think I can actually make this a
I'll leave it
little
up.
better.
Just enough to kind of get a glimpse of the first guy. Should probably be what about there? I can't really.
There. Does that block that out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
So right there.
Okay.
So I would hit this. I would focus on this first guy being the nearer guy, which is
Alright.
25 feet. So I don't have disadvantage, which would be great. And chuck a javelin at him.
And a 1. So, you pull your javelin out, and it, while you pull that out, you kind of hit or bump into Lee a bit. Lee, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
So that's going to be d20 plus dexterity?
Yep, you got it. 9. And Lee tumbles. Lee, you're going to take just a little bit of damage. Lee falls down this little crevasse here. Lee, you should be in pretty much darkness now, right?
I can still kind of see the room with the Troglins there.
Okay.
I also kind of see the room with a bridge.
Room with the bridge. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Cool. So you have fallen down a steep incline that takes you back down towards the little river or stream that you passed by earlier, and that's thanks to Davkis's clumsy attack with rolling a 1. And it is Deacon's turn.
Which you said 1, but it showed 4 on the thing. So
It was the red means it was a 1, so it was a 1 plus your modifier, but you rolled a 1 on the actual d20. So
I wasn't sure how that kind of plays on. So
Yep.
okay, thanks.
I can't see where they are, so can you move me 30 feet down to a token or a place that they don't occupy?
Yep.
Just 30 feet down the hall, if possible.
In front of
Is that
them
a little
or
better?
behind me?
Yeah, but I still wouldn't be able to see anyone from that. So actually, can I see that guy from that spot?
You can be on the other side of Dan and shoot through him. That's fine. Yeah, you can hit
Okay.
him.
Let's do that. All right, I'm gonna try my magical firebolt that always misses.
Okay, sounds good. Miss bolt. And that misses.
Did you
All right.
read the spell description? I put it there for you.
Taking things really hard to me.
Would have done such nice damage.
It would have. It absolutely would have. But it did not. So the fireball kind of streaks into the room, finds its home in their fire, and we're actually going to hang on. Look at that.
Yeah, it does illuminate things, so I don't know if there's anything that's flammable in that area.
It missed him and hit the fire and increased it. The fire just kind of goes whoosh and burns a little brighter.
Nice.
Okay, and Reyna, it is your turn.
We're not allowed to occupy the same square as someone else, right?
Correct. You can move through it. You can't end your turn on it.
Okay. So, with moving to here, showing us 25 feet, I could move there, make a move, and then move back up 1 square.
Yep. Do you know how many goblins are in that room? Can you see them right now?
I was able to see them before you altered the
Okay.
viewing.
Just say,
angle.
if you didn't know, you could do something like call ahead and say, like, are there a lot?
Okay, so now that I can see them, I'm going to use Sacred Flame on the closest one.
All right. It's a fail. I'm sorry. I was waiting for you to do something, but that's a fail. DC 15. Yeah, you got 13, so that's a fail.
Okay, and I hit him for 7,
All right.
and
So
then I duck back around the corner.
Okay, cool. So you do your sunrise eyes at him, and he just looks at you. His eyes burn, and he falls like a sack of goblin. All right, so the rest of them are all now a little irritated. Let's see. This one here is going to run up the stairs. 20, 30 to here. This one is going to duck behind the stairs and try to take some cover. And the other 2 are going to run towards you. This first one has got his short bow out. He's going to run to here and take a shot. And this one is going to run up. Let's see, 25 and up. He's feeling a little ballsy. He's going to move straight up to you. So the first one is, the one that's closest to you is going to take a swing at Reyna. And that is, what's your AC?
It's 10.
Okay. So he takes a swing and gets a good hit on you. Takes 4 damage. The other one is going to take a shot at Davgus and miss. This one here is also, he's got his bow out. He's also going to take a shot at Davgus, as is that one. The first one, or the one over here by the stairs, says, "Take out the Dragonborn." So they're all going to try to focus on Dan just a bit. And miss, and freaking miss. So they shoot, and their arrows clank harmlessly against the walls and kind of down the hallway behind you. And Leopold, you are down a bit. You can do a strength check to see if you can climb back up and get back in this fight. Roll your d20. You want to do that? Just roll your d20.
I certainly don't want to break away from the group.
Yes. Did you? Oh, you did. Okay, I'm sorry. Yep, you climb back out. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoot you back up there. You come back out. You're standing right next to this goblin. You can take a swing at him if you'd like. Take your swords.
2 swords.
Yep.
D20 first plus dexterity.
Yep, you got it. Oh, look at this guy. He's the best. But that roll was not the best. So you take your swords out and you go, "Wow!" But you don't actually focus your rage on anything. You're just like trying to look awesome, and you do. But you don't hit anything. Okay, and Davgus, it is your show.
Cool. I'm going to swipe at the little bastard next to me.
All right.
I did mention I think I had my great sword out earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're just throwing all the dice. And you do not have any kind of advantage right now, right?
correct.
Okay. So that's a miss. So you take your great sword, and it's a little close quarters over here. You're not able to really get a good hit on him. He dodges out of the way. Did you want to move at all?
I'm pretty good where I'm at right now.
Okay. I'm sorry, Deacon. It is your turn.
I'm going to do that firebolt. I feel it.
This is the one?
This
Okay.
is the one.
It's going to crit, and I'm going to make you all take fire damage and splash. Okay. That's a single digit. All right.
Wow.
Okay, so it just kind of like you light a cigarette instead and start to smoke that. All right.
So I go to cast it, and instead of, I feel so bad that I pulled out my little smoking pipe and pretended like that's what I was trying to do the whole time.
All right. Raina, it is your turn.
I'm trying to look up if everybody gets a second wind or if it's just a fighter thing for 5e.
I don't. Would you use one right now?
Well, I don't think you actually took the 4 points of damage that I incurred off of my total, which would leave me pretty close to dead.
Oh, I did. Pretty sure that I did.
You do have a healing potion, or 2 potions of healing, rather.
Oh,
Well,
that's
regardless.
right.
Yep. Well, one of you does. Who's got that?
Yeah, we never really discussed that, so...
Oh, I actually don't think you collected anything. You saw the
that's
loot
true.
and then left it.
Yep.
You took the shield and you were like, "Oh yeah, this is awesome." Okay. Regardless, Rachel, I'm not going to go back and take hit points away. If I failed to subtract them, I failed to subtract them.
Okay. You sure?
Yes. Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna attack the guy that's right in front of us.
All right. You going to do a Sacred Flame again?
Seems to be working so far.
All right. Well, it did not. Oh, I'm sorry. No. He did fail that save. Excuse me. So yeah, he did not pass. you have to compute that backwards. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I got a 4.
Well, he only had 3, so good job. He falls to the ground. Hey guys, just want to let you know the cleric is killing everything.
That's fine by me.
All
Just
right.
Relaxing with my pipe. No big deal.
So they have noticed that the cleric is killing everything. And
Oh, I
they're...
didn't get my move yet.
Oh, go right ahead.
I'm gonna hide behind the big dragon.
That's probably smart.
Yeah, I'm gonna go behind both of them, so
Okay.
there's more meat between them and me.
All right. Well, again, very smart. Boom, boom, and oh, actually, there's a halfling here. He can't. Okay, so he's gonna shoot. Yeah. Dan, Leopold. So, Dan, what's your AC again?
13.
13. Okay, so that's a 14, and that hits. And that is 16. That hits. So that's going to be 2d6 plus 4. Uh-oh.
How much damage?
14.
So I'm now -7.
That is correct. So Dan is
Now you see why I
downish.
wasn't charging into the room.
But there is a strategy there. They were taking had you gotten in, you would have been able to attack with impunity for 2 rounds. And
What
then
is
potentially
impunity?
they wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. Impunity, that is a word, that's not a mechanic. You would have been able to basically do whatever you want to them. That last one is gonna...
I had no idea.
That's what we went over with flat-footed. They don't get to react or do anything for the first rounds. You can walk in there and hit this guy, no one can touch you. Hit this guy in your next turn and then run away.
I guess I didn't really think about it the same way.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Lee, your AC is not high enough to dodge this attack regardless. So he's going to hit you for 5. All right. And Leopold, it is your turn, sir.
Okay.
Matt, I'm going to need you to start hitting things. It's getting
What'd you
there.
say?
I said, Matt, I'm going to need you to start hitting things.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, I have a fantastic idea if you guys die.
I'm thinking I will retreat
Okay.
back here.
That is the inside of rock. So you can go
I can't see it.
this way, down the... Let's see. I want to make sure that... I can't really tell what you guys are able to see or not. You're standing in shadow, so if someone doesn't want to light a torch, that's fine. But I'm going to give you guys some dim light. Hold on.
That cost an action.
It does.
I'm too busy failing at firebolt for that.
There. Can you guys see now?
Yeah.
What?
A little better? Okay.
So yeah, I will. I'm gonna just retreat about right there.
Okay. I love how you guys are just... You're literally putting everyone else between you and danger. That's like the strategy right now, is who can I shove in front of me?
Well, I tried to
Did you want to
be
attack anything, Lee?
at the forefront, but yeah, I mean, I guess I can still
Like before
take
you
aim at
step away, you can take a shot at that guy. Go ahead.
this bro. All right.
That hits. All right. So you hit him for 5. You catch him, and it actually does a considerable amount of damage to little man. If I can. There we go. All right, and Davkis, roll your death save. He was ready for that, and that's a pass. Deacon, go ahead. This one that you're seeing here, that Leopold just hit, is pretty banged up. Leopold got that that arrow right in his shoulder. It was a good hit.
Okay, I'm gonna retreat.
Are you going to attack before you walk away?
I don't think it matters. They'll still be within range, right?
Well, is it within line of sight as well?
I think so.
Yeah, like if you were back here, that would be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Because getting back there is... That's where I'm gonna go, so... Alright, and I'm gonna cast my Eldritch Blast on that dude right there.
Alright.
Pretty much give it up on the Firebolt for the day.
Okay, that hits.
Oh, thank God.
Too bad it wasn't your firebolt.
Right. No, they've been a lot lower for this Firebolt.
Oh, and for 5, excuse me. I was waiting for the damage roll. Alright, and he drops like a sack of goblins. Alright, so there are 2 left, and they're getting a little timid, or a little skittish, now that most of their buddies are dead. Reyna, it is your turn. Reyna, did you take more damage last round, or no?
No, they didn't attack me.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, you stepped behind. Okay. You stepped behind Davkis, and then he fell to the ground. Raja.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I have a cantrip, the Thaumaturgy,
Uh-huh.
and what I would like to do, since they seem to be a little shaken up already, and there's a pile of bodies in that room, I want to try to gain some advantage by conjuring the specter of dark death coming off of the pile of bodies, and like a, I don't know, a wraith coming towards them, as though death is reaching out to them to take them away.
Okay. That should be fairly effective. The one that is down near the bottom here passes out. So he falls straight to the ground. I'm going to give him a... Alright, so he is passed out. This one up here sees straight through your ruse. I actually rolled a 1. I'm sorry. He rolled a 1. This one has a damn heart attack. And just dies. Because he got a 1. And he's really bad. The other one got a 20. Not that scared. Sees it for the bunch of BS that it is. Alright, did you want to move?
I suppose I'll run with the rest of them.
That's a wall.
Oh, am I in the wall? Sorry, I was trying to get out of visual range for that
Gotcha.
goblin.
Alright, so this goblin does look down the hallway. And he sees Leopold. That's the one that he can hit. He's going to take a shot. And that's a 9 plus 2, so 11. And Lee, that does not hit your AC, so that misses and clanks down the hallway behind you. Leopold, it is your shot.
Is he within range? Like, can I hit him from that far? Okay. Well,
Yeah, your
then
bow's
I
got a
will-
pretty considerable range.
Let's go ahead and let's do that.
And that hits. 5 on his. Roll me 1d10. Okay, so you hit him, and he catches the arrow in his chest. Does not and drops to his knees, screaming. Davkus, roll a death save. All right, so that's 1 for death. Deacon.
With line of sight, am I able to see this goblin here?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him.
All right. That hits. And for 8, okay, cool. So you take your Eldritch Blast and you're like, son of a, come on. And you hurl it, and it catches him right in the face, and drops him to the ground. And he did. Good job, gang. All right, you are out of combat. Now would be a good time
I want to cast Spare the Dying.
Yeah, okay. All right, so Spare the Dying is a cantrip, yes?
Yes.
All right, and Dan, what Spare the Dying does is it stabilizes you so that you don't have to worry about death saving throws anymore. Roll a 1d4. All right. So in 1d4 plus 1 hours, so in 3 hours, you will come up and be awake again. Now, you guys have effectively cleared out the cave of goblins. There's nothing left in here. If you want to move up here, that would be great.
Can I turn my belt buckle back on?
So
Yes.
am I still unconscious, or what do you...
Well, no one has actually cast a heal on you yet. Does anyone have one that they could spare?
Nope, I already used it. I used it
I
on my
have
bro
one left.
Leopold.
Okay. Now would probably be a safe-ish time to burn that.
Okay.
Rachel.
Then I will do
I'm
that.
at -7, so I don't know if that would help or not.
You're not getting any. When she heals you the positive value. She doesn't have to heal through the negatives.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
If you passed out in fire or something like that, you would potentially take more negative damage. And if you get to the negative positive value, so if you have 14 hit points, you get to -14. Doesn't matter how many death saves or whatever you've done, you're dead. If something outright hits you for more than your negative value, so if you have, again, 14 hit points and something hits you for 20 or 30, right? So that's going to put you below -14, you're dead. But she stabilized you, so you're not losing anymore. There's no environmental effects that are making it any worse. And now when she heals you, you're going to be... What did you heal him for? You haven't cast it yet?
It's a 2 + 3, so 5.
Okay. So you're going to be back up with a positive 5 hit points. Isn't it nice having a cleric?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to scoot Matt just a little bit. We're going to scoot him down over here. And, oh, look. Hark. There's a bro. I'm going to move you all up here.
That's good.
You find an old man who looks like he is probably in his 50s. He looks up at you and says, "Are you my saviors?" And scene. We will pick up there next week. From the markings on his equipment, it looks like this might be Saldir, who you were looking for, which would be nice. This is one of the gents that was dragged from the ambush back at the beginning. Saldir, what's his last name?
Do we want to do the experience real quick?
Yes. So for, let's see, for killing the boss, which technically Dan soloed, but you all get the experience for.
It does me not to split it.
You each each get 275 experience.
Oh, that's level 2.
So that's into 2.
I see what this is. The DM doesn't want me getting like 3 levels up.
Well, let's see.
Well, at the very
does it
least,
say?
you would want to share the XP with the
Oh, I
one
know.
who has saved your life twice.
Oh, I know.
Exploring
I'm
the
just
Kragmaw
trying to-
hideout and defeating Clark and his allies completes the story milestone. Award each character 275 EXP. This should provide enough experience for the characters to attain 2nd level.
We hope it does by the time you get
It's
there.
in the texts. It's in the
Wait,
domes. Alright, and the goblins were a challenge rating... What did we say, Matt?
They're a quarter. I could be wrong.
They're half. No, that was the hobgoblin, excuse me. So the hobgoblin, that's 100, and then, yeah, quarter, so 50 per. Hang on.
How many goblins we go through and everything
Yeah, that's
else?
what I'm going to check. Well, so my computer's, like, not responding. So that's 100. And the goblins are...
Gotta have
You
a
guys-
good level up sound here somewhere. Hang on.
Let's see, Fire War, we're disabling. Alright, help me count. You guys should be able to see
Whoa.
everything now. Oh, and the wolves.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14?
Well, 11 goblins, 3 wolves.
11 goblins, 3 wolves, and then what's the...
The hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Like,
so
do we
yeah,
get
he
any
was
bonus
100.
XP for ascending onto the bridge from below?
Let me check. No, let's see. Times 50. No, not times 50. It was 17. Yeah, that's right. Times 50 experience for the... Damn. Okay. And I said 275. So your total experience... 512 for the night. So that includes the 275 from before. So 512.
512 plus our 106. So we're at 618.
Which means you're probably pretty close to level 3.
Where is that in the book?
Gotta go consult my leveling plan for this warlock.
Yeah, where's the experience thing in here?
I don't know exactly. I don't have a player handbook in front of me at the moment. Give me a sec. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so you guys are at what? 618?
Yeah.
You're level 3.
So, question.
Yes.
When it comes to actually getting the experience and everything, does that only happen after, or does that happen like while you're technically
While we're
running
playing?
through levels?
Generally speaking, it's not going to happen while we're in the middle of a session because it takes time to level up your character. So we don't want to pause the action, so to speak.
Okay.
So we'll add it all up and then you level up between sessions. So by next Saturday when we play again, you'll want to have taken the time to level up your character and all of that. But
Level 3 was 900.
level 3, so what I'm looking at right here says 600. Hold on.
Where are you at?
The
I
player's
Googled it.
handbook PDF I have on page 16 says 900.
If it's 900, then it's 900, and you guys are level 2.
I'm okay with being level 3.
Nope.
Where are you getting yours from?
I Googled it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
You said-
0, 300, 900, and then 2700.
What page?
16 of the PDF.
Yeah, it's also in
Yeah.
the physical book.
Okay.
Page 15.
Yep. So 300 level 2, you guys are a good way into level 2. So we will level up. You'll have more hit points. You'll
Sure,
probably get some more
318.
abilities.
Oh, it just says total. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you total your experience, so it's not like you spend that 618. You have 618, so you're at 900 you'll be level 3, and then at 2700 you'll be level 4. So it'll start to slow down. Sweet. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the recording.
That means I get invocations. Hell yeah.